Kaboom! Teach them! Always make sure the message reach them.
Live from Kingston, Jamaica, broadcasting around the world. You're watching the Teach Them YouTube show. Intellectual, yet stimulating. Fair, frank, and factual. This is Extra Class, streaming to the world and beyond.
You know, it's Teach Them, the #1 intellectual blogging panel on the YouTube channel.
Good night, everyone. No problem with that, we are laugh. I come in peace. I come in peace. There were some people expect me to come done some people today. I come in peace. You understand? Calm. Peeps, good night. Big up on yourself. Hope the ones them are right. For the people who there work, more work done quick and you get for your yard. For the people who there treat, come on for a treat. Get to home safely. For the people who are there home, ready for listen to teach about some things we affect jam down. Jam rock. Jamaica land we love. Land of food and water, Bob Marley, you seen both Vibes Cartel, Everald, Warmington, Rick's Cafe, Mocha Fest, People Stress. Peace, big up for yourself. We're there. We didn't even to waste of time. We're so forward. Good night.
Kaboom! Teach them! Always make sure the message reach them. You know, it's Teach Them, the #1 intellectual blogging panel on the YouTube channel. Hey, yo, yellow. Like, subscribe, and don't forget to click the notification button. Hey, yo, we always up to something. Teach them. Hey, yo, yellow. Send the message and make it reach them. It's Teach Them right here. Warlord representing.
Yeah, peeps, good night. So, you know, as per usual, we talk about the things and where some of the things that are affecting this country. And I streamed Wednesday night saying that, you know, me I try to lessen the load for Friday night. But I may tell you, I'm more load. Jaja, there's never a dull moment around a jam rock, around a one part, around a so. Be Empress, good night, Empress. Zane, all of the people in the building, manners and respect. For the people who are coming for look attention tonight, I bet you're left. You see me from early. You understand? This is not an attention giving thing. It's just a little show we talk with mine. You understand? Yeah, man, we not come for babysit or nurse nobody. And them emotions and feelings. So, for that you come both leave. Yeah, peace. Big up on yourself. So the breaking news, the big news item today is in relation to Rick's Cafe and Mocha Fest. Interestingly, I received some video clips early yesterday evening. Early enough. But when I got the video clips, to the person who sent them to me, I said, "Nah man, them I can't real man." But then me watch and me I see me I look for two masks and me I say, "Them this strange." You understand? But knowing me, I not going to do a video unless I have the information to back it up. See? Try to reach out to a few people. The information was forthcoming last night. So I got my bed. And thing. We woke up this morning for some strange reason about 3 o'clock and come in the studio and I browse to see if, because I couldn't go back to sleep for some strange reason. I browse to see what I go on, if anything, nothing. You understand? When daylight out enough, I make a few links again, I don't get no info. So I say, alright. So I did wake up so early, I'm tired and I go back to sleep. When I wake up and I see some things in the streets. You see me? And thing. Having received the video clips from them time there yesterday, see? Same me can't tell you what time I get the clips them. Cause it was fairly early. Surely-ish. See? And them something there. Probably not go find them, you know. Yeah, man, from about after 6 them time there yesterday, them time there about. So yeah. So now I started seeing some stuff and I get to understand what I go on around one place there, around a Rick's Cafe. That said, I did the video and many of you would have watched the video by now. Many of you watched the video as per the numbers. So we give thanks to that. And I anticipated what the comments were going to be, and the questions and the suggestions and people being upset. I mean, it's natural. Right? And as far as I know, Rick's Cafe has come out and said they were wrong and them sorry and them's up there. Also, their certification for COVID compliance has been revoked with immediate effect by the tourism product development company TPDCO. They have also been closed down for 7 days, I think. And the principal of the company was warned the day of the event for prosecution, and I think charges were laid against the said person today. I am not certain of the charges because I haven't seen them officially, so I don't know, but I think that was the case. So that is a synopsis of the situation. And thing. However, that said, this thing is not clear cut as many people would seem to think. And just hear me out. It is not as clear cut. However, before I get into that aspect, I understand why Jamaicans on a whole who has been slavishly adhering to the COVID-19 restrictions and protocols, party promoters and small business owners who have been struggling and reeling from the ravages of COVID, who are not able to host their event or events, would look at this and be very upset. Yeah? I can think about the bar operators and the club owners who will look at this and be very upset. Also, questions are being asked because we saw stories recently where the police arrest X amount of people at party around us, or X amount of people at beach down this and party around us and them something. And people ask about how come we not see no bus and no truck here so? And a double standard and 2 laws and them something. While that is hard to debate a lot of times, again, and let me put it out there, again, it is not as black and white as you would think. And I'll try to explain why. Happy birthday, Lady Faye Ellington. I trust that you're having a wonderful day. Such a wonderful lady. Yeah. When attempts were being made to kind of resuscitate the Jamaican economy, the Minister of Tourism announced a resilient corridor type of thing. The resilient corridor was so designed to keep tourism afloat despite the constraints as best as possible. The resilient corridor, as the name suggests, is so designed, or the intention was for it to be so designed where it was resilient to the effects of COVID-19, and small business owners, especially in the tourism sector, would still keep their doors open and still try to turn over the thing. That is, in essence, what the resilient corridor is. Additionally, and people, I am just sharing the information as it exists. But I not take my side here, so I'm just put the thing out there. So people are going to listen and say, teacher, you sound like you pick up for them. Please hear me out. We are civilized people who listen to each other, and then we disagree or we agree. Fine? And I don't want to shoot me. But just share the information as is. And that is what I do on this channel. Share information. For you to be accepted within the resilient corridor, to do business, you first have to meet some requirements as prescribed primarily by the Tourism Product Development Company Limited, TPDCO. Zane, for example, at Rick's Cafe, the workers are busted by the company. When they come to work, they have to change When them a leave work, them have to change and some only little things. So in order for you to get certification to operate within the resilient corridor, you have to meet certain guidelines for people to follow. As far as my information goes, is that Rick's Cafe is a part of the resilient corridor. Hence, the TPD has said that their COVID compliance certification has been revoked with immediate effect, and they will have to reapply and go through the process. Now, the resilient corridor gives certain entities and businesses certain leeways after they have shown that they are able to meet full compliance based on the regulations that exist. So, certain things would not technically apply within the corridor as per outside the corridor, and the businesses that were given clearance to operate. Hope you know follow. Now, that said, what happened at Rick's Cafe obviously was in contravention and violation of the Disaster Risk Management Act and the certification given to them by the Tourism Product Development Company. Zin? So we can go around that. They say they are sorry. As a matter of fact, let me read from them statement. So a statement by Rick's Cafe issued today, Friday morning, read as follows. We acknowledge the Mocha Fest party on Thursday afternoon at Rick's Cafe became more crowded than expected. And that is foolishness, and I'm going to tell you why. Became more crowded than is expected on the current protocols for entertainment venues. Now, I am certain, well, I've never been to Rick's Cafe, but I don't think that Rick's Cafe is just open to the public like that. So, whosoever is operating Rick's Cafe would have an idea, based on what their COVID-19 compliance certification says, where is our capacity, how we can operate, and as such, if them realize the places become crowded, it is up at the top of the comments already. Then we close off. So this statement by Rick's Cafe, them can serve it on a plate and near me and drink it with some Mocha coffee. You understand? Watch out. Them said, we acknowledge the Mocha Fest party on Thursday afternoon at Rick's Cafe became more crowded than expected on the current protocols for entertainment events. We deeply regret that it occurred and sincerely apologize for allowing it to happen. Going forward, we will redouble compliance training to ensure this does not happen again. Yeah, DeAndre, and I get that, but you see again, and let me point this out to you, and I don't know that you're following. You will look at a video recorded at Rick's Cafe and say that it is in violation of certain protocols. However, based on the fact that they are part of the resilient corridor and there are certain guidelines and stipulations which governs their operation, what may appear to be a violation in regular settings may not technically apply to them. That is not something that you are going to like or me are going to like, but that is the situation. So yes, looking at a video and say, yes, that's in violation. Technically, yes, based on observation, but based on the rules that they are operating under, being a part of the resilient corridor, having gone through the compliance process, may not technically be a violation when push come to shove. And again, you maybe not follow, but and it not sound right to me, not sound right to you, but that don't mean say, I know so it go. Again. So we get that DeAndre, I understand exactly what you say, but I hope you even understand what I say on a level as well. Alright, now we continue. Zine? Rick said that all people were temperature checked, hand sanitized, and that face masks were required for entry. And that again is crap because them know and me know say if you're going to an entertainment space, you go drink and you go eat. You can't drink in your mask, you can't eat in your mask. Worse, music a play and people are party. Nobody now party in a mask, brother. You understand? So they know that this was going to happen. Alright. Next thing, so a part of the so we see all sort of daggering and all of them something they are going. See? So no social distancing, no wearing of masks. Them something there. Alright, boom. A part of the controversy is that the event was advertised on the Jamaica Tourist Board website. So many people are saying that everybody know about the event and no secret, so we are being so far. As per the Jamaica Tourist Board, they have said, and I'm saying what they have said that in the past they were sponsors of the event and endorsed the event. However, they did not give any such commitments since COVID-19, and that the agency's calendar should have been updated and answered and comfort and them something there. Sean, Pierre, I couldn't tell your family and I couldn't tell you. So they're saying that, so basically what they're doing, they're extricating themselves from the situation and saying, yeah, in the past we were a part of this, but since COVID, nothing like that. Zane, so what they are saying is that Rick's Cafe and the organizers of the event went behind their backs and was using the Jamaica Tourism Association insignia and symbols as a part of their promotion, as to say it is a Jamaica Tourist Board endorsed event. Take from that what you will. That is what they are saying. They must say them never have nothing to do with it, and as such, it was deleted from the JTB website. But we get them clippings and them screenshot before them delete that, because we know that them are going to do. You understand? Alright, boom. Which is exactly what they're on, Dwight. As far as I know, damage control. So they are saying an investigation has been launched, and Delana Seavright, who is lead strategist at the Tourist Board and advisor to the Tourism Minister, has been speaking. Yeah? So, it's a lot of things happening down there. As I said, TPD has revoked their certification. The Tourism Product Development Company says the permit was being revoked with immediate effect. And TPD says Rick's Cafe will be required to undergo a recertification exercise to ensure strict adherence to the established COVID-19 health and safety protocols before it can be allowed to accept visitors again. As I explained to you, in order for Rick's Cafe to be in operation to the magnitude that it is a part of the resilient corridor, and to be accepted as a functioning part of the corridor, you had to go through certification. As I was, explaining. No, that said, and all that has been, and the Prime Minister has also spoken out against party goers, as he said that there's a particular situation that has come on our radar this morning, one that I have to pay careful attention to, because this shows up something that we are always contending with in our society: the unequalness of the society, the haves and the have-nots. Why is it that some people are allowed to party and others are not? Honest question that I said. I could answer that question from Mr. Oles, but many people have done so before and thing. No, the truth is, looking on, it is going to be very difficult now to tell a youth around a Dunkirk, or down a Spoilers, or around a Maxfield, or down a Trenchtown, or around a Tivoli, that them can't keep and go round robin. Because in their heads now, they have seen Rick's Cafe keeping and the thing about Rick's Cafe, the event, as far as I know, where there, it was supposed to be like a 7 or 8 event happening at different locations within the corridor. So it started May 24. Let me get the thing. I don't want to tell a lie for nobody, you know. Next thing, your ear say, teach them a walk, I tell lie upon people. Zane, and me don't do that. So how many events? Many events. So May 24 to 31st. So you have mingles at Team Island. Well, mingles at the mansion. Zane, you have Mocha Fest. You have Sunset Happy Hour. You have Retro. You have Urban something. You have Rave something. You have Beach something. Fantasy Beach. You have Blackout. And you have Wet. WHET. Foam Party. Plus you have Sunrise Juve. And you have Tease. It's a pyjama party. That's a Sunday. So them 2 parties if you happen Sunday. Sunrise Juve and Tease. You have Wet for Saturday, which would be tomorrow. Today you should have had Fantasy Beach and Blackout. Yesterday, right now I'm still confused. Yeah, yesterday you should have had Rave and Urban. Wednesday Retro. Tuesday Mocha Fest. Whole heap of sitting here, man. I'm tired. See, but that is the schedule. So it would be 3, 6, 9, 11. So it should be 11 events across the whole shebang. Zine? So you know, it is hard to tell people now that there's no double standard. Because the truth is, I know that the resilient corridor thing will fly over enough people. And some people are kissing teeth and say, brother, do everybody tell me that? And I'm not going to blame people. Because the truth is, the government has not spent enough energy, effort, and resources to edify and educate the public about the resilient corridor. So when it came out, yeah, there was a little bit of talk about it. And it's normally the tourism minister. So they are at fault for that. Zin, how come how can you now explain to people where them say police detain 50 man in a truck and bus over there and them not see no police a detain nobody at the event here either? Zin? So it's a whole heap of little things. But what I'm saying to you, it is not as black and white as you would think. How will this unfolds? I guess time will tell. As what DeAndre said, there will be perception of favoritism, rich over poor. Naturally, and we can't. DeAndre is 100% right in making those assertions. I mean, we can't go around that. You understand what I mean? I say it's just a reality. See? So, and I want to take this opportunity because I see some people are say, yo, no police can talk to them and them are going to do them thing. I would suggest to you to calm down and be rational and logical in your thought process, you see? And understand, say, puss and dog look kind of different. See me? So, it's a whole heap of little things. Because the role that the police plays along the the corridor there, Zane, is not as fulsome as you would think either, you know. So there's that too. I'm not going to stop to explain all of them things here, but the DRMA kind of cut out the police in some instances, especially along the resistant corridor. And put that on record, because I'm sure you're going to hear that in the coming days, that, look here, a lot of the things that you're blaming the police for, it is the government that you need to blame. Because the police's hands are tied in many respects, you know. But it not going to readily just jump out at you. But sometimes the policy makers are the ones. So now, DeAndre, yes, fine. But you're still not listening to the reasoning that in the resilient corridor, March Penn is not in the resilient corridor. So, the possibilities that exist for Rick's Cafe won't exist for a man who keep a round robbing down March Penn. Is it double standard? Sure, we can argue that. Is that hypocrisy? Sure, we can argue that. Is it 2 laws or 3 laws? Sure, we can argue that. But the fact is, the resilient corridor give special provisions to companies and entities in that thing. And as I'm saying, I was saying to somebody earlier, it is going to be very difficult for you to come to the public with that reason, because man not going to take that, You understand? Because at this stage now, some people just not go business. I mean, a long time people not business, But you can't tell a man around a Dunkirk or Tel Aviv, or Tivoli, or Garden, or Rima, say, brother, don't keep your local dance. How you going to tell him that? And it is going to be interesting to see how the charges that have been laid against the principal will work themselves out in the courts and all of them something here. So I'm seeing a lot of knee-jerk reaction, immediate suspension of TPD co-certification, closing for 7 days, principal being charged. I can read off the charges off the top of my head now. Yes, and Sean, that is 100% accurate. The resilient corridor was designed for tourism. And that again, are going to be a problem because, people are going to say hypocrisy and double standard. And as again, people would be well within their rights to think that. But the truth is, as Sean is saying, the resilient corridor was designed for tourism. That is what it is. So, the long and short of all of this is that Rick's Cafe messed up, Zane, and the full force of the law should be brought to bear. And they too, like ordinary Jamaicans, and some not so ordinary, who have been caught up in the whole Disaster Risk Management Act violation, should be made to pay for same. I would advise the people who are looking on, who are saying that nobody can tell them what to do, and them all keep them party too, you may want to reconsider that. It's just a humble suggestion. You understand? So, let's see how this go. I can only tell a man to see trouble and leave it alone. But everybody are big people and free for do what you want to do. But looking on, I would not let this situation influence my decision. Let me put it that way. I would not let the Rick's Cafe situation influence my choices as an adult. That's where I leave that. You understand? So yeah, double standard, hard for debate. Hypocrisy, hard for debate. Zane, 2 set of laws, hard for debate. Zane, Scotty now feels so well enough. Dwight. Long story, but she's not feeling so well. She hasn't been feeling well for the past couple of days. So we're kind of monitoring her, and she would have done some tests and we're waiting on the results and them something there. You see me? So yeah. It will be interesting to see how they try to explain themselves out of this. I still listen to people, and I form my own opinions, and I get perspectives from different people, because your perspective is not always the only perspective that exists, and your perspective can be right, it can be wrong. So I like to get perspective from different people, especially related to certain agencies and stuff. So you know what I think. We'll learn as we go along, but looking at it face value, of course, it would seem hypocritical. Of course, it would appear to be double standards. Of course, we'll wonder where the police vehicle them there. Of course, we are say, oh, there was no scrape up in a truck and bus, gone around a one place, run a one part, run so. You understand? Of course, people are well within their right to say that there's one set of law for the rich and one set of law for the poor. Yeah? But as I said before, this is not as black and white as you would think. There are a lot of gray areas there. And a lot of it has to come back down to the government's inability or a lack of effort to sensitize and edify the population as to the intricacies of operations within the resilient corridor. So let's see how this goes. Alright, sir. And the next thing too, you see, we have to get one thing too, you know. So yes, Rick's Cafe, them keep a event. Zane? A big people got there, you know. They made that conscious decision to go. While they have people who made conscious decisions not to go to. You understand what I say? So, everybody were involved have to go put up them and take some responsibility. You see me? Man's a banana republic in disguise as a civilized nation. Jaja. You see it? So I'll watch and see. I find it very, very fascinating, you know. You understand? I am just somebody who likes to speak from a position of being informed instead of speaking merely of my emotions or when me feel like. Because you see, sometimes when you feel like, you know, fly. You understand? So I am looking on, assessing, analyzing, and making my own, drawing my own assertion, well, conclusions, I would say. But it don't look good. You understand? It don't look good. See me? The tourist board can't tell me, say, they never realize how long said this event is being promoted using the insignia of the Jamaica Tourist Board as if they're a sponsor or they're endorsing the event. They cannot tell me that. Well, they can tell me that. But I'm going to go carry that over Rick's Cafe, go name that and drink some Mocha. Yeah, sir? The Rick's Cafe people, them can't tell me about, say, they acknowledge that the Mocha Fest party on Thursday afternoon at Rick's Cafe became more crowded than expected. Them can't tell me that. Them know what was going on. They knew what was going on. And they allowed it to continue. So, them can't tell me them there's something there. They don't make no sense to tell me them there's something there. You understand? But you don't know a thing go. We have to talk with other things and pretty up things and then something there. Police confirmed that owner of Rick's Cafe expected to face prosecution over Mocha Fest event. As I said, I think the charges have been laid. I think this article was before that. Zane, Empress Cheryl, thank you so much. Miss Lee, really and truly appreciate it. Yeah, man, blessings every time. So the management of Mocha Fest and one of the owners of Rick's Cafe are expected to face prosecution for hosting an event that breached COVID-19 protocols at Rick's Cafe yesterday. Several tourism stakeholders have also launched investigations into the event. Some people are investigating themselves. You know, see what I go on. Where were they? So the midweek event has gone viral on social media, showing hundreds of maskless patrons partying at the Negril-based establishment. And there has been outrage from many Jamaicans about the staging of the event. The event was listed on the Jamaica Tourist Board's website, which led many to direct their outrage at the entity. Naturally, because, good night, Miss Melford. It is, yes, and a long time indeed. Hope you're okay, and it's great to see you. Because if me see the event advertised over JTB, not JT, I said JT earlier, JTB, Jamaica Tourist Board, I am going to be 100% inclined to think that the Jamaica Tourist Board is sponsoring and endorsing the event. However, in a release issued this morning, the board denied endorsing the event. The JTB admitted that the event was endorsed by JTB in the past years, but it says the board did not support Mocha Fest this year. The JTB explained that its website typically sets events years in advance to allow pre-planning for visitors. Convenient. The board says it was an oversight on their part that the event section remained on their website during the pandemic. Meanwhile, head of the Westmoreland Police Superintendent Robert Gordon says they were unaware of the event. Alright, and you see that point there? May not be as far-fetched as you'd think. And let me tell you why. Alright, let me not tell you why. Let me move on, because it also like say, yo, teach, I not picking up anybody. As I say, when I do stories, when I do these things, I try to be fair to everybody. Say if somebody forget some fire, then get some fire. You understand? If somebody not forget the fire where you think they deserve, they're not going to get the fire because they don't deserve that based on my assessment. My objective, honest, humble assessment. But never mind. Alright, what you know? He says members of the event's management team has been warned for prosecution. See me? Alright, watch out. We shall go there, son. Oh, and Kerry hasn't been feeling well either, you know. I never checked on her today. Or yesterday. But I know she wasn't feeling well Wednesday night. So we probably need to do that as I said that. Right, so Kerry and Scotty not so well. Sorry for breaking that up. They just come into my head. He says a member of the event's management team has been warned for prosecution. Superintendent Gordon says at least one of the owners of Rick's Cafe will be prosecuted. In the meanwhile, Twitter followers are expressing outrage at the staging of the event. Ingrid Riley says, the fake outrage, promise of investigations, the hypocrisy is glaring. Hundreds of people flying, picked up by tour buses, taken to hotels, and Rick's Cafe is full of tourism officials. Is full, and tourism officials pretend not to know about the event listed on its website. Very fair point, fair comment. And Sean Wenzel says Rick's Cafe needs to get the same treatment that was meted out to Reggae Mill at Devon House in July when they hosted an illegal party. Shut the place down and arrest the owner. There should not be a double standard here. Either we are enforcing the DRMA or we are not. Nadine's a Mocha Fest turn up though. Jaja. Aye, sir. Good night, J.A. Mexi TV. Good night to the people in the comments. You know what I think go. Yes, just. Promoters will still make profit after prosecution. Who wins? The promoters. Promoter and him friends them a laugh. Oh, them laugh. Cha-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. Oh boy. But these two comments on social media, I suppose, encapsulates the feeling of most Jamaicans on the situation. As I said, Miss Ingrid Riley says the fake outrage. So she's calling the outrage fake. The promise of investigation. The hypocrisy is glaring. Hundreds of people flying, pick up by tour buses, then taken to hotels, and Rick's Cafe is full, and tourism officials pretend not to know about an event listed on its website. The tourism board has said that them realize. Yes, and so I don't even know. And Sean Wenzel said Rick's Cafe need to get the same treatment that was meted out to Reggae Mill at Devon House in July when they hosted an illegal party. Shut the place down and arrest the owners. There should not be double standards here. But Sean Wenzel, I want to point out to you, my brother, that the Rick's Cafe is in the resilient corridor. So the Reggae Mill situation and Rick's Cafe situation may not be the two same situation or identical situations. Many people not going to get that still, but I understand. You know what I think. But alright, so my question. But it has been closed down. They said for 7 days initially. TPD Co has revoked their certification of compliance. Investigations are being launched. I think one of the principals from Rick's Cafe has been charged. The exact charges I can't say. But yeah. Yeah. These things can feel so heavy sometimes. Yeah, so the thing is that people will come here to expect me to say X, but sometimes I just cannot say X because the thing is not X. Sometimes the thing is Y, or it is X squared, or X cubed, or X to the 5th power. Because sometimes the thing is just not black and white. Yeah, and it would not be, that information would not have been readily accessible or available to a man who not paying attention to that. You see me? So, but I cannot come and tell us that the thing are X when I know it's not fully X. You understand? I have to be fair to everybody involved. And we beat up people if we get beat up, and I just saw a thing go. So I know that some people did come tonight and say, teacher go rip Rick's Cafe up. It is a little bit more complicated than it seems on the surface. You see me? I just the nature of the thing that. And sometimes I wish the DPP has nothing to do with this, Griffiths. It's not a DPP matter. You understand? This matter could not be a DPP matter for. You see me? But speaking about the DPP, wow, they can pressure anti-Paula though. Since I said bring up the DPP, brother, we could just talk about anti-Paula now. Because I do even do. You understand? Gap teeth and all. Article woman, how you doing? Empress Cole. Hope you are okay. We have been talking a lot about sentencing guidelines. Sometimes we hear some man gets on sentence, so we just have a laugh, brother. See? So the DPP has stated that she's in support of review of sentencing guidelines this year. So I'm really like what I'm writing. DPP supports review of sentencing guidelines this year. Director of Public Prosecutions, Paula Llewellyn, says a review of the sentencing guidelines this year would be timely. Her response follows a recent case in the Court of Appeal where the sentence of a convict who is in prison for incest was reduced from life in prison to 15 years at hard labor. We spoke at length about this on Wednesday night. Lawyers for the incarcerated man had argued that the sentencing was manifestly excessive and fell outside of the sentencing guidelines. The Court of Appeal in its rulings say the judge erred in using the maximum sentence as a starting point. Now, DPP Llewellyn says it is up to the Chief Justice and the President of the Court of Appeal to review the sentencing guidelines. The current sentencing guidelines were officially launched in 2018, but DPP Llewellyn says they were in use since 2017. You understand? And thing. Meanwhile, the DPP is reiterating that judges are not bounded by the guidelines. You understand? Certain things are down to the discretion of judges, which can be a good thing or a bad thing, I suppose. Now, I have been saying this a long time ago. Sentencing guidelines have to be revisited, and especially the provisions under the plea bargaining arrangement, plea bargain act. Those things need to be looked into forthwith, man. Right, so that. Make we keep it moving. And yes, pick up yourself, you know. You know, we are going to promote the business look more, you know. And peeps, as I say, yeah, I know some couple people link me already. If you are a part of the family, as in, you know, a viewer of the channel, subscriber, them something there, and you are somebody close to you, you know, have a business, small business, that you want some people to know about, I am willing and able to share that information with my viewers at no cost to you at the end of every stream. That is something that I think, you know, would give back to my viewers who have been supporting me down the years. So make some people know about your business. If I want 10 new people come there, at 10 new people that, you understand? So if you have a business, a legal business, selling things that, knowing me, I wouldn't have any issue using, or my family using, or utilizing your services, then feel free to link me up, and I am ready and willing to tell the people them to come support the thing. You know what I mean? No bleaching cream or sex ties and then sitting there. You understand? Not gonna work out. Alright. there has been a little thing simmering within the JCF and JDF over the past couple of weeks. Yeah? In relation to vaccinations. Yes, Andrea, business of illegal. You can't to run the risk with the thing. You understand? You teach them and promote some business when you to trade. No. You see me? Yeah. Nas, what go on, youth? And Peeps, Deep Reason with Nas. Nas has been a long time subscriber to the channel. He has also, on his platform, been trying to reach some of the youths and speak, to some things that some people not talk about. So when you have the time, you can go across and check out Deep Reason with Nas, Zane, family member, you know what thing go. Yeah, man. Big up yourself. So watch me now, peeps. JDF refutes vaccination victimization claims. I have seen where the JCF has done the same thing. So it now leads me to a point where, your grandmother said, anything old people tell us, if you not go so, you if you go so. Yeah. Legal weed business. Yeah, man, if you register, man. If the weed business is a registered weed business, we don't have no issue. You sign up with the shipping company. So me and talk about them, man. Big up yourself, do it. You understand? Me know Mario them supposed to happy. You see me? Yes, Rasta. So that's how we do the thing, man. The network and make the thing work. You understand? The Jamaica Defence Force is again insisting that its members are not being coerced to take the COVID-19 vaccine. I have heard this before. Further, the army is refuting allegations that soldiers are being punished and victimized for refusing to take the shot. The Gleaner on Tuesday reported that soldiers complained about being victimized and punished for refusing the vaccine, and that called for the immediate intervention of the Prime Minister. It was also reported that the army had reportedly declared that refusal of the vaccine could lead to administrative sanctions, such as the removal of soldiers from courses and promotion lists, rejection of application for re-engagement and continuance, threats of demotion, confinement, and the relinquishing of appointments. Wow. But the JDF, in response to the question sent by the Gleaner, said it is not true. As a matter of fact, I'll go further. Someone reached out to me a few weeks ago about this said situation. And I said to the person, and normally when people reach out to me, as long as them think it's something, a video is supposed to be done, it don't work like that. You understand? I have to protect myself, and I cannot run with something that I cannot verify. So for the people who want to understand that, I will never do a video where I am not able to provide support, evidentiary support, for the claims made in the video. If claims are being made in the video, I will not do it. You understand? So, not because you think it is a story, it is not a story for me. So your story and my idea of a story may not be the same thing. And people get upset about that, and I understand, but it's nothing personal. You have to understand that I have a responsibility to my viewers first and foremost, and also to the people them who me are going to make that video about, to be fair to them. You see me? So when you link me as a teach, I have a story. No. You have some info. I decide if it's a story. Now you can give that to anybody else and they make a video about it. I mean, I have no issue with that. I will lose no sleep over that. And I have passed upon many different things. Things that I say go viral other places. I'm going to look at it because I am not able to verify this. And as I said, I have a responsibility to myself to be fair. I have a responsibility to my viewers to ensure that the information I share with them is accurate. And I also have a responsibility to the people who the video is about to be fair to them. So we operate differently around here. So you understand? So just it is nothing personal. So when you get upset, you understand, and you cover for people. Cover for which people, family? I am just ensuring that I do the thing the right way. You understand? Yeah, man. The bright way. So I just put that out there. So when the person share the info, I said, I would not be able to do a video just on that. They said that some memo was sent out. And I said, telling me that a memo was sent out is not enough for me to do a video. A copy of said memo would make a lot more sense. Person went away, send me a document, blank document, no signing on the pony, no name on the pony, stamp, no nothing. Then I couldn't do a video using that. So fine. Mark out, so one name with the pony, you mark out one name because you don't want me, fine. But a blank document, me can't use that. Yeah, so I know the person maybe saying that, teach them a ray and teach them a tail. No, teach them is just wise. You understand? And as I say, I know sometimes some people close to some things and them see a story in it, but looking at it, I don't see a story in it, respectfully. So I am not going to do it because what's a story for you may not be a story for me. And I am not into running down and tearing down people, you understand, or accusing people wrongly. If the information cannot be supported to the highest level and backed up, I am not interested. You have other people out there who are willing to do that. I am not. You understand? Make no sense to lose millions of dollars for $2. That don't make no sense to me. You see me I say? Yeah, man. So back to your lesson now, as Ali say. 007, big up yourself. So, as me I say now, they sent me a blank memo. So, just the fill in, or you fill in. So, no name, no date, no stamp, no nothing. I can't use that. That would be unfair to everybody involved. No, Skinner. We not do them things, brother. Brother, on a daily basis, we get hundreds of these things, and we look at these things and we reply if we feel for reply, and you know what I mean, if we can. But we not. People get upset, and people vex, and people say all sorts of things, and people unsubscribe and tap watch and them something. But this is what it is. You see me work too hard for just give my things so far. You see me? Auntie. I wish I were there now. So, I have heard of this before. I have also heard of it within the JCF. And technically, the same things that the JDF is saying now is the same thing that the JCF was saying. I think the JCF also, remember the JCF said one thing one at a time. I don't remember, but alright. But I know they addressed it. But the JDF, in response to the question sent by the Gleaner, said this is not true. All members of the force are encouraged but are not compelled to take the vaccine, and no member is subject to disciplinary action for not doing so, the Army stated. It further stated that the JDF, in its commitment to the defense and security of Jamaica and their interests, prioritizes maintaining combat effectiveness, which includes preserving fit, competent, and capable service persons. Notwithstanding, the JDF respect the right of every service member to choose whether or not to take the COVID-19 vaccine, it said. The Army, however, did not respond to queries about whether soldiers who refused were subject to administrative actions or if soldiers are being sent home for refusing the job, as being alleged. It also did not respond to a question about the number of soldiers whose re-engagement or continuance applications have been declined since March. The JDF stated that soldiers have a choice to refuse the vaccination, but it noted that those who refuse and are not exempted on medical grounds are required to complete a declaration form which outlines the potential administrative impact of not being vaccinated. So there's a pushback then, man. But it noted that those who refused and are not exempted on medical grounds are required to complete a declaration form which outlines the potential administrative impact of not being vaccinated. So technically, if you give the man them one form to sign, so them understand that there may be implications down the road for not being vaccinated, then it's basically a thing. If you get to watch it. This contributes to the JDF's ability to ensure that service persons are fit for service, particularly in leadership roles and the Army emphasized. It is critical that the force takes all reasonable measures to ensure its members are healthy, fit, and capable to perform. The declaration form was raised as an issue by soldiers, which was described as makeshift, and they argued that the document does not have any symbols or signatures associated with the JDF. According to a soldier who contacted the Gleaner, members were not told why they should sign the form or what would be the consequence of not signing the document. Me want to sign it. Me want to sign in if you not tell me what me I sign it for. If you don't clearly outline what me I sign it for. Zane, and if me realize that this is as a consequence of not me not taking the vote, me not sign it neither for true. You understand? Alright, I could go at that. The soldier had complained that members were not given adequate information about the vaccine and hinted that it was one of the reasons behind their refusals. But the JDF said that the Army, in preparation for its vaccination program, had launched an active internal education campaign to sensitize service members to the available facts surrounding the vaccination. The campaign focused on the importance of the vaccine to our operational integrity and capacity to effectively protect the citizens in the country, it said. The JDF clearly outlined the expectations of service members and issued a previous press release addressing the vaccination process. In the meantime, the JDF says that 92% of its soldiers have been vaccinated. Alright. Sometimes I wish I could say something, but such is life. I understand 007, man. I understand what you say. I have a few friends in the military. I haven't spoken to them in a while, but I think we need to probably add some probity to that situation. Because as I said, somebody reached out to me before, but I was not comfortable with the information or the lack thereof to proceed to do a video or to address the situation. Zane, but yeah. Okay, Gregory, cool now. So me have to just probably link a few of the link and see what I go on. Wonder who that dislikes. Oh boy. But this was this was a concern within the JCF as well, and there was a similar tone in the response from the JCF as it is with the JDF. And the truth is, I don't think that your employment should be called in question based on the fact that you are not willing to be vaccinated. That should be a choice, and I don't think that you should be victimized, but these are just my opinions. I guess the military will explain to you why you should be vaccinated and why it is important and them something there. But I don't think that you should be victimized or demoted or your potential or the possibilities for promotion erased because you are non-compliant with vaccination. But it is obviously a thing. There's obviously something there, because the JCF members had raised concerns before now, and now we have members of the JDF who are also raising concerns. So it cannot be a situation where adults are being coerced and forced into making a decision that they are not comfortable with. Zane, and Echo Minot, is this the Echo Minot or is just another Echo Minot? Echo, pick up yourself, you know. You see me? And thing. So, you know how the maths go. Yeah, man, I forgot make a few links in the light DS and see. Zane, because we know people who, you know, are serve and thing. People were willing to talk to me to, because them know me now, you know what I mean, expose them like that. But we see it. But obviously something is there. You understand? And when you read a particular statement in the JDF response, it would tell you that something is there. Because it says, and I come back to this, but it noted that those who refused and are not exempted on medical grounds are required to complete a declaration form which outlines the potential administrative impact of not being vaccinated. That should not be. That should not be. You understand? It could be Echo the Singer, you know, because Echo the Singer and I have held a reason. Well, on the phone still, but it possibly say the real Echo, man. I mean, look here, I'm not tell nobody say me interview Echo Mine at because I know teacher when the Echo Mine at interview I come. I mean, you see a reason we talk on the phone. Echo doing there Jamaica. So whenever I'm reach yard, you know what I mean, we make it think don't call me name and tell them lie for me. I mean, no one stay on teach. Yeah? Echo Mine at interview. And I not tell nobody say interview Echo. I regular how to do it today. You understand? Me I defend myself very early. Brent Myers, good night, my brother. How are you? Original one. Big up yourself in a singer. DJ. You understand? Big bad musician. So me I tell him say he can be the real Echo man. Cause teach him what you say. One phone call. I know it's a one phone call still, you know. I just say. You understand? Yeah man. Sarah Minot, big up yourself, bro. I know you're out there in the streets. You know, whenever you're there, yeah, we make a thing happen. You know what I mean? Tell them, book a ticket to France. Oh, so Andrew knows for Echo there. Alright, you see, man out there who know where I go at. And it's good to see you and I build it with Father Minot. Give thanks every time, man. It's a joy. I appreciate the support. Unconstitutional, it should be encouraged but not forced. Well said. Alright, so I could deal with some other things now. I will definitely have a closer look at the JDF situation because obviously there is something there, and in a democratic country I am sensing a little bit of dictatorship somewhere. Yeah man. Yes, Andrew's a real selector. Alright, boss. I see a word, brother. I see a word. Jaja. Over there now. Homemade shotgun seized in St. James. A man facing lottery scamming charges. So the police are reporting that cops in St. James have seized an illegal firearm along with ammunition and arrested and charged a man with breaches of the lottery scamming law. Charged 19-year-old Keanu Dixon of Portobello District in the parish. The seizure was made in Farm Hill, St. James on Wednesday. The police reported about 7 a.m. an intelligence-driven operation was carried out in the area, and the team searched a house occupied by Dixon where lottery scamming paraphernalia were reportedly found. The police say during the search of the yard, a homemade shotgun with 4 12-gauge cartridges was found buried at the fence line. Dixon was subsequently charged with breaches of the Law Reform, Fraudulent Transaction Special Provisions Act, and Lottery Scamming Act. And investigations relating to the seizure of the firearm are ongoing. Yeah? The police say the most recent recovery brings the tally of firearms seized in St. James to 58 and ammunition to approximately 1,300 since the start of the year. Yeah. Teach is defending himself like Rick Cafe. Soldiers are properties of the state. They're not regular like police. Well, Ali, yeah and no. Because being a property of the state, as you stated, is one. But even so, you're dealing with adults who you are asking to make a decision that in some instances can affect mortality, can affect other things we don't even know yet. Zane. So a man should be within his right to decide whether or not they want to be vaccinated. Zane? So yes. Oh, me see you with General Cheese. Yes, you know, Echo. More a reason with the General. You understand? You know, the General still recovering from 2 strokes. So it was a little bit of challenge. More challenging than many people would think. But, you know what I mean? We would try as best as possible. Probably sometime in the future, we may hold another sit down with Trees and hash out some more things and get look more of the history. But it's a joy, man. You understand? For reason with them one and them something there. Yeah, man. Let's not forget if anything goes wrong, you can't sue. That is the next thing too. I don't even know. Jaja. What you say? Was there recording? No, me never there risk of your record. Once you sign it, trouble today. Which is true in the alley. I mean, understand that you would have inside info on that in terms of, you know, I think you served in the past, if memory serves me correctly. I'm try to remember when you talk to me, you know. Latch scabbing still keeping. I really keeping, still keeping. Yeah, still a keep, man. So what you know? Lawyers pushing for manslaughter charges in 6-year-old's death. The 15-year-old boy charged in connection with last week's shooting death of his 6-year-old cousin in Savannah Lamar, Westmoreland, was remanded when he made his first court appearance on Wednesday. I told you that Wednesday night. Now, following the hearing in the Westmoreland Family Court, attorney at law Henry McCurdy, who is representing the accused, told the Gleaner that a new court date was set for July 23rd. Now, without going into detail, McCurdy said that he plans to dispute the charge of murder against his client, intimating that he should have been charged with manslaughter. The teen's father, whose name is being withheld because the accused is a minor, said that news of the incident took him by a great surprise. I did on the farm Monday, and when I come from work, I did tired and I want a little sleep. And then I'll cook, and I hear my phone ring, and I get a call, say, if my hear say my son shoot somebody around a yard, the father said, outside the courthouse. I said, no sir, him can't shoot nobody around a yard, and I'm family yard. And the same time my brother called me and asked me if my ear say, and my nephew him shoot and him gone to hospital, added the father. Now while speaking with the Gleaner, the father broke down, saying he was still struggling to come to grips with what had transpired. I said it lit my brain. I start to walk up and down in the rain and I wonder how something like that happened. Continued the father. Me and my son have a good relationship. Him really live with his mother in Hanover. But because I work on the farm in Westmoreland, him come down at the house a week time for him money. Him and them good. The family and the deceased child. Everybody did good. Some don't know. So the teen was charged with the murder of 6-year-old Jadine Miller, who was killed on the afternoon of May 20. Reports are that shortly after 2:30 p.m., the accused teen and other children were inside their yard when he started playing with a firearm, which he had in his possession. A shot was discharged from the weapon and struck the 6-year-old in the region of his upper back. He was rushed to hospital where he was pronounced dead. Elvis B. You're not going to know that, you know, brother. Because as I said before, they will never find the gun that I won. I don't know that he will ever reveal where he got the gun from, that are 2. And 3, how many times have we heard of these situations? So a 6-year-old innocent child is dead and a 15, 16-year-old boy, his life is now in limbo. All because of what? Gun. Whose gun? Who buy it? Buy it for what? Who rent it? Rent it for what? Who stole it? Stole it for what? How did this boy get access to this gun? Has he had access to this gun before? Has he used this gun before? If so, what has he done with this gun? A million different questions. How many more guns like these exist and are accessible to youngsters? Who? Sure. Oh boy. I guess we're just going to talk about JDF now because we're still on the next thing with them. Soldier in Azan parking lot, fatal shooting, charged but offered bail. So the Jamaica Defence Force soldier charged in connection with the fatal shooting of a parking attendant at the Azan Supercenter in Crossroads, St. Andrew has been granted $600,000 bail. 31-year-old Roland Gray was offered bail when he appeared in the corporate area criminal court yesterday for the murder of Courtney Minto on the 17th of December last year. Gray was ordered to report to the police once per week. The court also imposed travel restrictions on his movements. The JDF soldier was taken into court yesterday following a ruling by the Director of Public Prosecutions that he be charged with murder. He is being represented by attorneys Peter Champagny, Queen's Counsel, and Samuel Campbell. His lawyers have argued that Gray acted in self-defense. He is set to return to court on the 2nd of July when his matter will be called up for mention. Minto was allegedly shot by the JDF member after the two got into a dispute over a parking spot. His then employer, Melad Azan, had mentioned that Minto was killed while carrying out his duties as an attendant. Now reports are that Minto got into a row with the off-duty soldier after he directed the army man not to park in a particular spot. On the day of the incident, the Gleaner was told by the general manager Kamal Azan that Minto was shot twice and was rushed to the Kingston Public Hospital where he died. So soldier has been charged. No, he was charged before, but he just went to court. And he was in custody at the time, I think, up to now. Not sure, but I know that the matter just got in front of the courts, but he was charged before now. I think. Yes, Canil over parking spot. That both of them have to leave. Interesting viewpoint, that you know. Yeah, over a parking spot. So apparently the soldier went to transact business at the location, but the gentleman instructed him or directed him or tell him that he can't park at a particular spot. Why, I'm not sure. That spot may have been reserved or something. And thing. But yeah. Empress Natalie Dawkins, teacher of Four Parts Primary School in Clarendon, who was robbed, kidnapped, murdered by some little boys. She will be laid to rest tomorrow. My understanding is that the funeral service starts at 11 and will be streamed on a dedicated YouTube channel. I don't know which channel because the article did not say. So I guess I will probably have to get some information. So when I find out which channel for the people who want to watch it, I'll let you know in the WhatsApp group or something like that. But yeah. So the teacher will be laid to rest tomorrow. Also, the men charged for her murder, they have been remanded. The two men charged for the murder of Clarendon teacher Natalie Dawkins were remanded when they appeared in the Clarendon Parish Court today. They are to return to court on the 14th of June. charge are 20-year-old Eladia Goldburn of Sandy Bay District and 19-year-old Mario Headley of Palmer's Cross District, both in Clarendon. The men are charged with murder, abduction, burglary, illegal possession of firearm and ammunition, and assault with intent to rape. Dawkins, a grade 3 teacher at the Four Paths Primary and Junior High School, was reported missing on the 30th of March, Tuesday the 30th of March. Her decomposed remains were found in a shallow grave in Sandy Bay on the 8th of April. Jaja. Courtney Brown, teacher need to interview. Courtney probably need to link Sitch and tell him say him need to make teacher interview him. I guess there are many ways of doing it, you know. Hopefully it happen one day, man. We have tried and you know some things take a little time. See me? Some things you don't even rush either. So the natural energy and the natural vibration. You know, when I tell people that they don't really understand. See me? You can rush some things. Some things you don't rush. You just make when the time is right. See, the energy is right. The vibe is right. You get a better interview. Sad situation again. See? Very sad situation again. And some say 19-year-old, 20-year-old, plus the police them kill one 20-year-old too. In relation to the same situation. Jaja. Another productive member of the society taken away from the society by crisis. Drive-by double murder shatters peace in Balcom Drive. Drive-by in Balcom Drive. Jaja. The hope of maintaining peace in Balcom Drive, St. Andrew was shattered when 2 men were killed and 3 others injured in a drive-by shooting. Around noon, I think it was yesterday or the day before, I think, as a group of persons gathered at Elder's Corner shop playing a game of dominoes, gunmen struck at the corner of Christian Lane and Balcom Drive. 2 unidentified men were shot dead and the 3 other persons injured. Those injured are all over 50 years old. This now mess up everything back again, said an irate resident, relating to the calm the community had been enjoying. Bloodstain, scattered dominoes, and overturned furniture marked the scene of terror. Whole heap of shots for you, you know, one resident exclaimed. The residents are now fearful that there will be reprisals. It is understood that the main target of the attack escaped. St. Andrew police are probing the matter. So 2 dead, 3 injured for 1 man. Well, escape, you know. And again, may I say this, and I see Elvis B say a thing, you know. Elvis said elders just playing dominoes enjoying themselves. See? And you know, Father Elvis, the truth is that we have reached a stage as a nation where you will never catch me on the road sitting down playing that. If somebody tell us them to teach them, some up on the road that play domino and lie them at tell, you know me. You understand? Because the truth is, and I've said this many a times, you know, you are there playing domino, and domino is part of our culture, our tradition, and that is being robbed from us now because of foolishness. You know, see what I go on? Watch it. Many times when these domino games are shut up, a one man then come for you know, as I always say, everybody around the table I get 6 love, and a one man then come for, see it? 2 dead, 3 injured, and the police are saying that the main target escaped hurt. Say if I'm in my house, me there play domino, me not think it a go play. Because you don't know where a man around the table have with some other man. And it's sad if you know, say, as Elvis said, some elders can sit down again and enjoy a game of domino and probably have a few drinks and now worry about man come kill them, brother. Irving Steer, my My sympathies to you and your family. I'm really and truly sorry to hear that. My brother, hope me and the family can find some strength in these tough times. Yeah? So the one man who they apparently went for, they did not get it. Two people are dead and 3 people injured. And the man them sit down and play some domino. Oh boy. Ali, I know you sent me some stuff just before I started streaming, so I did not get to peruse. I know it is in relation to a particular thing, but I'll have a look at it when I finish streaming and see. And thanks, yeah? I was just getting ready to stream and I was running late. So, yeah. Well, thanks again. Drive by in Balcom Drive. Sad, you know? Yo. Sad. Simon. Night, bro. Sad. Can't sit down and play a look at domino with a brethren them, brother. Because you don't even know. You never know. Eh? You know many men in this country have died while playing dominoes, and they have died innocently. Because they don't know nothing about what going on, but because them they are the wrong place at the wrong time. Blessings, Ali. Appreciate that. I guess the only thing saddens me more is when I drive past these football fields these days that are overgrown and be bushed upon them. Cause the youth them now playing a ball again. Brother, when me a youth I grew up, anyway the ball game they were dead. And if the ball game not there, they will carry it go there, brother. Not even now pass so we not play ball. So the youth them now playing a ball and the elder them now can't play a domino again. See Simon at the building and most time with their road together. Zane and always I moon over the fact that the youth them now anytime I drive past anywhere when I see the youth them and play a ball, I stop more and stop and at least watch the youth them play a little ball for a while. That is how much me feel about the ball, how football bring a certain level of unity among youth. I mean, you're a youth to kick off on the ball field because I saw a ball game stay. You understand? But when ball game done, every man a bridging, I hold up a man, me and them are on ball field. But the whole of we are bridging when ball game done. But a guy knows say, yo, when we about a problem around there, so, you understand? And the man not go too like that. You understand? We don't play with people, you see me? But the whole of we are bridging when ball done. You them not playing a ball. The elders them can't play a domino. Two-sided generation match down, brother. Now for the youth, if them play ball, the money have no time for you play with the illegal, gonna kill their local cousin and their local brother. Busy movement, big up yourself. Good night, Tony Shea. How are you? Boy, Daisy, boy, I don't know. We need to bring back them things there still. Now for the communities them where violence I rip them apart. If the youth them that play some ball game, a man from across the street they play some ball game and I'd get out them pent up animosity on the field, enough local foolishness will not go on. You understand what I say? And when they drive past, we say a FIFA do it. But when me I grew up, brother, we have access to FIFA. Not me, but my brethren them we used to go over there go play FIFA. But then by the time 3:30 come a ball game time, every man gone a ball ground. Sometimes if you're not good enough, you don't even get no ball game. You have to sit down and watch that. You understand? Me never have to deal with that still, but enough man come a ball field and can't get no game because everybody they have ball field. Sometimes I want love a chipper to do the thing because every man in our community come to play a ball, bruh. Ball play Monday to Thursday, Saturday morning and Sunday evening, brother. I just Friday about no ball no play. And the youth then still up on the field a kick ball. See? No of youth with them have things them flesh out that on the ball field, brother. No, man a hard runs if it bust out the head back. Yo. And now the elder them, Zane, well, Billy Country can't sit down and enjoy a game of domino. Domino, which is a national pass, domino game, which is a national pastime, you know. The man them can't sit down and enjoy some domino because a one man run the table or a one man run the game and some other man may in a something and the whole of man them dead. Your father, your grandfather gone upon the corner and play some domino with him bridging them and he not come back home. Yo, this lady on screen. Rosalie Hamilton, councillor for the Dayton division, Jamaica Labour Party. She has been in the news from time to time, sometimes for some strange reasons. One of them I remember, teach those days won't come back, trust me. The youth, them not thinking that way right now. Boy, I don't know, brother. That is sad reality that we face, Marriott. Yeah, man, as I say, before me even talk, when I am on the road, sometimes it's just because I need to get to a location or I need to get to home why I'm going to stop and record some of them youth here play a ball some of the time. That is how good it feels to see the youth in my place. Because you know, see it, brother. You don't much feel me put on me and say, yo, how this a feel if it stays so when me a boy? What trample we trample down? The way we play ball, sometimes a dirty field turn, brother. Because we a play ball every day. No, you can't raise scope and then feel a rasta. Yeah, God. Mark for death. JLP and PNP politicians threatened by gangsters. Gangsters in Kingston Central have reportedly issued death threats to politicians from the ruling Jamaica Labour Party and the opposition People's National Party, with one of the targets being told a few weeks ago that her name has been placed on a bullet. Councillor Rosalie Hamilton of the Dayton division, as I said, who recently complained to the Jamaica Observer that the police need to do more to curb spiraling gang and gun violence throughout the constituency, said yesterday that she is taking no chances with her security as she has received words that thugs want to silence her. This was over 2 weeks ago. I am concerned and I must put things in place. It is life and you can't get it back, so you must be in fear for it. All of this is because of the war in the community and the stance I am taking that has to stop. It has to stop, and elements from the community don't like that, she said. The newspaper has learned that Hamilton, during a recent sitting of the Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation, received sympathy from the Kingston Mayor Delroy Williams and other councillors as she shared her plight, as well as the state of violence in Kingston Central communities such as Tel Aviv and the South Side, among others. Now, in June last year, journalists were told by Hamilton that she staged a meeting with warring factions from Spoilers, Tel Aviv, South Side, and Franklin Town to broker a truce. May I read that again? In June last year, 2020, journalists were told by Hamilton that she staged a meeting with warring factions from Spoilers, Tel Aviv, Southside, and Franklin Town to broker a truce, and even led a march throughout numerous communities with people from those factions without inviting the police. She had said inviting the police would have broken the trust she was building in order to get the men to put their weapons down. In 2012, Hamilton had shared with the Observer that she had survived a gun attack on the 1st of December 1995 in the Walton Park Road area of St. Andrew. The counsellor said she had gone to a round robin where she and a taxi driver were held up at gunpoint. The driver was shot in the head and killed, while Hamilton, who fought the gunmen, received 6 bullets to her body, 2 of which penetrated her head. On Thursday, chair of the PNP's Central Kingston's constituency organization and caretaker for the constituency, Imani Duncan Price, confirmed that she too had received death threats in November last year. Following the threats, she filed a report directly to the Commissioner of Police Major General Anthony Anderson, which prompted an investigation. In May this year, Duncan Price renewed calls for a zone of special operation to be declared in the constituency due to constant conflict among thugs. From January 1 to May 19 this year, 27 murders were reported for the constituency, compared to 20 murders over the same period last year, representing a 35% increase. There were 24 incidents of shooting, 6 more than the same period last year, or a 33% increase. On Tuesday, April 6, the police seized an AK-47 rifle on a chicken coop in a yard on Smith Lane. Cops recently seized a high-powered weapon on Gold Street during an operation, as well as 3 other firearms in separate incidents within the constituency. On Thursday, residents told the Observer that as recent as Tuesday and Wednesday night, a particular area in the community of Spoilers had been sprayed with bullets by a gunman. During a visit to the constituency, a few residents bemoaned what they said was a crisis caused by the seemingly unending gang war. One woman said that after the same thugs carry out their acts of evil, they appear on the corners begging $50 or $100. She added that gangsters were also forcing some residents to choose sides. Living here is rough, may I tell you. If I shot for you now, the more you come out as woman and say yes, them boy they for dead. But you can't do that because you are turn the youths them in a vampire when you lead them on to feel say something good them a do. A genocide and dark side gang, I go at it. I several times drive by a go on and people just get shut up, one resident said. So. No, Empress Rose, she called me with the man them one day, man, so I don't know what go on. And the police not involved. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. I really don't know. So that was so she did an article in the Gleaner as well, practically saying the same things. So, yeah. So the Raytown Council said their attempts to work with the constabulary have soured relations with gangsters, reportedly funded by domestic and international partners who are engaged in bloody turf wars. No, they are turning on me, said Hamilton. They put it on social media. They did not hide. They said that. We must remember that I have a lot of families and they are going to kill them. I am not scared. Well, it doesn't sound like the same person I observe article still, but yeah, she said she had to take her security personnel up there, so but don't say she has she's not afraid, so I don't know. You see me? Look here, I reason with the man them out of Central Kingston. I don't know me still and I don't know no. You understand? But what I know and what I don't know is that you a Jamaican and me a Jamaican. Zane, you all of we are brothers both here. You understand? And me not too know the man them a fight for. But what me can probably surmise is that deep down it probably don't make no sense. Zane, and if a one man out of Spoiler, Tel Aviv, Zane or Franklin Town or one of them places there, I hear my voice and all, bro, just looking at yourself and see if what you fight for makes sense, bro. You understand what I say? Looking at yourself and think about family members that you have lost to this foolishness or family members that you may lose to this foolishness. Zane, Looking at yourself and think, say, alright, here we go on. Me and them man, the crosses are not good. So me kill somebody. Brother, them a got a family member where want kill you back or kill somebody for you. So when that's something I gotta stop. See? When for that man that you kill over this a son, come back and kill your son, or your son go kill a man, son will kill you. Then when it a go stop, brother? See? So as me and say, I don't know what the man them a fight for. But thinking about it, I don't know that it makes a lot of sense. The man them need for looking at themselves and realize, brother, me youth them can't come grow up in the same thing when me grew up in. You understand? Because when you kill a man, a youth father now. And a man grew up here, so you will kill him father. If him not kill him, I kill your son and your brother. When that's something I gotta stop. The Empress has said when the man them do the foolishness and them same man come back and beg $50, $100. Fam, we walk up and down and kill man and we can't find $50, we can't find $100. You know better we go hustle, brother. You know better we go look at work. You know better we go up on a construction site then, man. You know better we go get some things and start juggle and hustle downtown. Or somewhere else. Then what we are fight for? If even after we don't fight, we can't feed ourselves and our family, then what are we fighting for? So you man, as me done say, you don't know teach them like that. Teach them and know you like that. Zine. But the man them for just do some introspection and some reflection. And look, assess on life, bruh. And ask yourself, what you fight for? And how long you plan to fight for that something? And how many people are got dead because of that something? How many of our family members are got dead because of that something here? How many innocent lives will be lost because of that something here? And brother, me I talk to you from a place of love. Me that even a judging you and love me I talk to you from. Bro, it don't make no sense. You understand? How many of you sleep comfortably in your bed at night time knowing some man can come kick down the door and kill the people, my police can do the same? And what kind of life that you not live? That life don't make no sense, youths. So the man them for just looking at themselves and ask themselves a simple question. What me I do here so make sense? And then after you answer that question there, you lead from this. You see him? Dirty tough rasta. Ah boy. Days are next 9 night. Every day. Businessman shot dead in downtown Kingston. Boy, busy movement, me can only open up. And now I say them things that I open if I have one man here, my brother. If I have one man can looking at themselves, I would have achieved something, bro. You see me? And if them you tell them willing to sit down, you know, and all a reason, upon a level, and reason about life and reason about some things. I am not averse to that either, you know, brother. But then some things you have to just see it and left it to you, sir. See, because, Jaja, I don't even know. Detectives from the Kingston Western Division are investigating the circumstances surrounding the murder of Dwayne Black, a 38-year-old businessman of a Luke Lane, downtown Kingston address. You see the last two stories them, Lane keep coming back. Lane. We never get into that again. It is being reported that the deceased was shot twice in the upper body after he was pounced upon by 2 armed men. The men allegedly escaped in a white Toyota Probox motor car that was parked along the roadway. And the incident took place on North Street in the vicinity of the Kingston Public Hospital. Yo, and one thing I'm telling you now is that, but I don't know about you still, but just based on my observation, good night, Desiree, how are you? It's good to see you. Hope you're okay. Can't bring the ass to the river, but you can't force the ass to drink water, boy. Sir Williamson, it's rough. I don't know how much you guys observe things, you know. But if you really pay attention, murders have become so normal to us. We have normalized murders. Zane, look at many of these murder scenes as they are now being captured on cell phone videos and stuff. Look at the reaction of the people, Zane, and compare that to the news clippings that you normally see 10, 15 years ago on TVG and CVM. And you realize that murders, shootings have now become a part of our daily existence. Nobody is surprised anymore. Nobody is really traumatized or horrified anymore. It is just, oh, next man dead. That is the state that we are currently in. It's just a normal thing now. It's expected. Right now, if a day pass where a man not dead, we are wonder how no man not dead today. I wonder if me alone I see it. Like, yes, somebody dead and them send round, oh, you know, somebody dead around this today this morning. Then kill somebody down there, you know. Life goes on. And that's how we reach, brother. Yo. But here we go on. Luke Lane, Milk Lane, Bread Lane, Rose Lane, Chestnut Lane, Pink Lane, Parallel Lane. That you don't want to commute. Where the whole of them places they have in common, Dan, a lane. I've spoken about that before, but you know, some people as I teach, not no go so. You understand? Not no go so. For the person, nobody know that because they don't find the body. State of Jamaica. Cha-cha. It's sad still, but here we go on. We can't give up, you know. We can't give up Rasta. See? Because everybody in here, most people in here, I would say 99% of the viewers in here are Jamaicans. And even though many of my viewers are in the diaspora, you have family members back here. You have your little nephew back here. Or your son or your daughter. Seeing your brothers, your sisters, your parents. So the truth is that we can't give up Rasta. We have to continue. We have to continue to fight. And as we are saying right now, anytime you see a youth on the road, if you're not in a great of a rush, spend a 2-3 minutes to talk to a youth, man. Because you are going. You see that conversation that we have with a youth there can change a youth their mind from go doing something that they if mash up his life or mash up some other people's life. You understand? You know, if it be somebody where you know, man, just reason with that youth, man. Ask a youth if him good, man. Everything alright. Have a good day, man. You don't take nothing out of way, you know. Don't take nothing out. And you'd be somebody youth them now nobody to talk to. Somebody man them with the youth them have to talk to a man where everything them a talk about if you go do wrongs. As me share with you on Wednesday night, but I went to the supermarket and when I was there, even before me finish and go up to the cashier, one of the young man who packs the bag, him see me and him say, oh, teacher, make sure the message reach them. And how I operate is if I'm in the streets and you say teach them any at all, whatever me I do, as long as it's not critical, I stop, come over, you understand, and make you know I appreciate the support. And I observed the young man, very well dressed, and he was very professional about his thing. You know, normally you go to supermarket and the youth them push out the thing. You then give the youth them a 2 bills, a 3 bills, depends on how much change you have. And I tell them the other night, I never tell them how much money we give the youth. And it was just observing the youth, just based on what he was doing and how he was treating with everything and how polite it was. When we went to the vehicle now and he packed the stuff in the vehicle and I gave him as I said, he looked at the money like him and said, then, and I said the wrong money. So I gave him $1,000. And when I was giving it to him, I said to him, I am giving you this because as a young man, you are here and you're not at home sitting down, I complain, you try and make something happen. And I respect that. See? And what I did for that young man, I am absolutely certain made the rest of his day. So sometimes we just need to slow down and extend a word of courtesy to some of the youths them around me. Because you may be the only person who him talk to that day where I tell him something positive, Because everybody else when they probably they around, I be a negativity in their head, What you think him gonna do? And I also gave him that $1,000, not just because he was just doing that, but to show him that when you work, you get paid. That is the fundamental reason why I gave him the $1,000. And I never said that to him. I just said to him that, look here, I appreciate and respect the fact that as a young man, you are here trying to earn and not sitting down complaining and not get involved in a foolishness. But the primary reason why I did it was to make him know without telling him, say you are able to earn when you work legally as well. So you can teach without teaching. I may say, take a few minutes out of your days. Well, I know that life is as such, we're always in a rush and we have to always dip on the go. But you, and as a teacher, I would have learned this many a times. Just having a conversation with a child can change that child's entire outlook on life. Just listening a child can change that child's entire outlook on life. Just showing that you care can change that child's entire outlook for the rest of them life. Just that one conversation, We know that many of the youths in the country are lost. We know that many of them, the mentality is not in line with where it should be. It is for us as well-thinking Jamaicans to sometimes just spare a minute out of our busy schedule and reach out to a youth. Because that youth that you reach out to could be a youth where you have to kill or the youth they kill you. I'll leave it there, sir. And you see your one children them, I'm not supposed to tell nobody here so for raise them kids, because most on here so are more experienced parents than I am. Zine, but sometimes we don't do enough as parents to engage and converse with our children either. You don't want to create that void and allow somebody with ill intent and ill will to fill that void for you. You're going to figure out, or try to figure out where you went wrong. Sometimes it's just the simple things. You understand what I say? So, as a young youth, I'm not supposed to tell my, big people support that viewers them want to raise them kids, but just say, sometimes we think that providing the food and providing a roof and ensuring that them have lunch money is all. That is the least of it sometimes, man. Sometimes the youth them just want to talk to you. You understand? Some of your children them afraid to have a conversation with you. You're not got a friend and company up with your children them, You understand? There are boundaries, but you're supposed to have a relationship with the youths them when you can talk to them, you can laugh. You understand what I say? You play with them. So, you must know still. I want to big people, but you look into it still. And thing. Yeah, Daisy, but you see, I saw we have to change a little mentality there, brother. I saw we have to go help change it, you know. You understand? And as me I say, you know, have to be a family member or a youth where you know, because the youth, the way you interface with them, brother, could be the youth where you, as me say, have to go kill, or unfortunately, the youth that kill you, you know. You never know. You understand? Do good every time you can, man. I know that we lead very busy lives and we're always on the go, and it dictates a society here that you always have to go 100 miles per hour. Sometimes you have to just come off of the gas pedal, slow down, and deal with the things them in front of you and the people them in front of you. You never know. 76-year-olds decomposing body found at Mona home. Investigators are probing the circumstances leading to the death of an elderly woman, whose body was discovered by a gardener at her Gardenia Boulevard home in Mona, St. Andrew on Tuesday. The deceased, Ruth DeCaceres Murray, 76, is a retiree and was last seen alive last Friday, according to neighbors and acquaintances. The gardener, who said he knew DeCaceres Murray well, was shocked at the discovery and alerted neighbors and subsequently contacted the police. I know the woman over 10 years now. I just come about here. Years me about here, he said, adding that the last time he saw Mrs. Murray was on Friday after she dropped him off in Papine. I told her I won't come to work Saturday, and she said, take the day, man. You want some rest? Monday holiday, so I told her she would see me on Tuesday. He said that when he returned on Tuesday, he was hit by an odor and called out to Mrs. Murray. When me I go round, me see beer fly and me peep inside and see her on the ground, he recalled, adding that her window was rarely closed as she loves natural air. The fire department assisted the police in gaining access to the dwelling. Now, reports from the police are that Miss Murray's body was found on its back in an advanced state of decomposition inside the bedroom, and autopsy is to be conducted to reveal the cause of death. Now, residents spoke fondly of the deceased and were saddened at the news of her demise. She's very unique in her personality. She never spoke ill of anyone from my interactions with her back in the day. I have seen her a few times on the road in recent times, wherever she's walking or driving, or whether she's walking or driving. The St. Andrew Central Police are investigating. Critical thinking and conflict resolution should be a part of curriculum in schools. Agreed, Chanel. But I think that critical thinking and conflict resolution should be taught starting at the home, in the home. So I'll just add that to your point, but fair point. I figure they will probably look at him in a Spring Garden. Yes, and so they will, oh crap. Oh, yeah. I figure they will have a look at him. Well, if I was the police involved in charge of the investigation, I wouldn't rule him out. You understand? But we don't know the cause of death. Well, Elvis, we don't know as yet. I suppose the autopsy will reveal the same. She dropped him home. Yeah, but that is his story. We don't know, say I saw it go for true. You understand? So that is why you don't eliminate anybody until you eliminate them. You understand? That is how investigations going on. You can't just eliminate a man because he said this. You eliminate him after you do your investigation and his claims are corroborated. Again, to the point of hypocrisy and different set of laws that governs different set of people in Jamaica is the situation that was recorded and published on social media, the interaction between Member of Parliament for St. Catherine Southwestern, Everald Warmington, and the police. Many people have, you know, given it to Mr. Warmington for his behavior in the situation. Marky, we don't know what happened before the recordings that we got started or after, but what was captured, we are talking about what was captured. And truth of the matter is that in Jamaica, politicians on a whole tend to have this sense of entitlement, and by all accounts may feel that they in some regards are above certain things, and the regular rule of law that applies to ordinary Jamaican citizens may not readily apply to them. Not saying in this instance, just a general thing. You have watched the video, you have seen the video, you have listened to the video, you have listened to the tone of the video. It is well documented that Mr. Warmington is obviously a hard man to deal with from time to time. So I don't know if it is the perception that the police have of Mr. Warmington that may have influenced their approach towards him. I don't know. I'm just saying that's a possibility too. See? The incident reportedly occurred on Labor Day, which was a lockdown day. Now, based on the DRMA, there are certain sets of people who are given an exemption based on the roles that they play. So they can be seen out after curfew because they are believed to play a role that is maybe required during curfew hours. So apparently the police went to somewhere where he was. I'm not sure if it's his business place or what. And they gave him some instructions. It would see, man. Apparently him, I don't even know. Teach, as me I type, you said the exact same thing when me I write. And some things were said. But what was most intriguing about the exchange is not that Mr. Warmington was rude, as he usually tend to be. It's the fact that Mr. Warmington, in that situation, felt the need to take out his phone and give his buddy, his friend, a direct call, the Minister of National Security. That, for me, is a no-no. So who then should a regular citizen who feels aggrieved by the police call? We don't have the Minister of National Security number. We are not so fortunate. So for you and the police to have some disagreement, and the first person you up to call is the security minister, tell him say you're tired of it, and you now go, come on man, we are too entitled around here. Zine, I did not hear on video the policeman disrespecting verbally Mr. Warmington. Mr. Warmington proceeded to refer to the superintendent of police as a boy and him effing feisty and all of them something there, which was uncalled for. Zane, I have seen people say that the officer they normally give problem on them something there. Yeah, son. But if our lawmakers and our policymakers can be seen behaving towards law enforcement of such, how then do they expect citizens to treat with the law? Like, as a leader, you have to lead. As a leader, you can't follow, you know. As a leader, you must lead. Alright, sir. And as I'm saying, I not defend the police because I don't know what was said before or after the recording. What I'm saying is, based on what I saw, Mr. Warmington displayed a level of entitlement. You understand? Some diva type of behavior. Or let me call my friend. The Minister of National Security, man, you know. Oh, him not going to deal with them anymore. It's the first time he's been disrespected in 20 years by police. Say police draw them gun and then sit there. I don't know. You understand? But we have for a long time laughed at the utterances of Mr. Warmington, and many people have rallied to his defense. I know for a fact, I have done videos before and people rush me in our comments. But you're gonna be busy with people still. Zane, and we find it hilarious and warmy at it. So how do we now expect a man who down the years has been defended, and we find what he says funny, and we gill off a piece of soup, say he might go change now. So what the Minister of National Security should do is make his number public. So when the police treat with civilians in a manner that is not professional, them can call him too. You understand? And complain. It shouldn't be for some people. He's the Minister of National Security. He has a responsibility to all of us. You understand? But we are not so entitled, are we? The Commissioner of Police has ordered a report in the incident. I will be tracking the development and see. Not expecting much, but I'll see. For my own peace of mind. You understand? Yeah, man. Alright, sir. Jackass say we're on a level, you know. Spread out, tell me that regular. Call the Minister of National Security because police pull me over and a ticket me. I mean, I drive fast. Minister Chang, I'm not going to take it anymore and I'm tired of it. You understand? This boy stop me and ticket me. Effing rude. Joke thing, Rasta. Yo, Jamaica is just a place where, boy, you have to just smile and wave. Smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave. Man say I'm winning constituency by over 5,000 votes, so nobody can give no talk. So how amount of vote I win by now get the powers. Jaja. On Wednesday night, we spoke at length again about the situation in relation to PNP GenSec, Dr. Dayton Campbell. And I said that night that the PNP was yet to issue a formal response to the new developments. And we were discussing and, stating whether or not we think Dayton should step aside and them something there. And what decision will the party take? Well, it is now known. PNP backs Dayton Campbell and supports probe of vile allegations. The People's National Party says it stands by its General Secretary, Dr. Dayton Campbell, calling new allegations of sexual misconduct vile and unsupported. At the same time, the PNP says it supports calls for police investigation into the circumstances of how the new claims emerged. PNP activist Karen Cross, along with bloggers, I just hate that word, Natalie Stack and Michelle Stern are the subjects of a defamation lawsuit filed in March by Campbell. He has accused them of writing malicious, false, and defamatory comments on social media, alleging that he had sex with girls who were under 16 years old. In her defense, filed in May, cross-submitted statements from 3 females who are alleging that they had sexual relations with Campbell when they were minors. Campbell denied the claims. In a statement, the party asserted that the new allegations fail to meet any reasonable standard of credibility that would make it right and proper for Campbell to step back from his office. The PNP has noted, when I said that it just sounded weird in my head. The People's National Party has noted the recent spate of unsubstantiated allegations made against our General Secretary, Dr. Dayton Campbell, by a member of our party, and wishes to reiterate our unwavering position on the issue of gender-based violence. We condemn violence against women and children in all forms. We must all make every effort to ensure that our women and children are protected from harm, violence, and abuse. In particular, we note that it is a legal obligation to report sexual crimes against children to the responsible authorities whenever it comes to our attention. Failure to do so is a criminal offense. I wonder if you see what the PNP do right this and look. Watch out. Listen to this. In particular, we note that it is a legal obligation to report sexual crimes against children to the responsible authorities whenever it comes to our attention. Failure to do so is a criminal offense. Let me show you what the PNP just do. The PNP may be intimating, suggesting that if these allegations have any merit of truth to them, and these victims, alleged victims, confided in Miss Cross, stating to her what happened, and she failed to report the matter to the police, she is guilty of a crime. Yo, politics time again. You know what you are going to do? Dance. I full up, you know. Watch out. What you are going to do? Yes. When the allegations were first made in April of this year, the GenSec rejected the allegations as baseless and filed a civil suit for damages caused to his reputation and the defamation of his character. The party immediately referred the matter to the police, which launched an investigation and determined that the allegations were baseless and unsubstantiated. An injunction was granted by the court requiring the accuser and her 2 accomplices to cease and desist from repeating the allegations. Very recently, 3 documents purportedly dated back in March 2021 were attached to the accuser's defense filed in the civil case, and those documents were also shared with media houses which rushed to publish them. And we go back to this, and I keep seeing the reference to media houses coming up, as if to say that the media houses were wrong to publish the document. The media houses never published the documents accusing Dayton Campbell of anything. What the media houses simply did, based on my observation, was simply to outline the claims made in the statements, seeing that Dayton Campbell had filed a defamation suit against Miss Cross, and in her defense, submitted statements, letters, and the media got a hold of them and they published them. So I don't see what is the big issue with that. As in, why they keep bringing up that the media this and the media that. The media does what the media does. The media publish stuff. You understand? The media not defaming Dr. Campbell. What the media is simply doing is reporting that 3 women gave statements and they had the statements. I don't know that the media went into the Supreme Court and stole them. You understand? Those documents were provided to the media, I'm assuming, by whom I can't say. So this media thing is kind of much ado about nothing, in my opinion still, but alright. So, and those documents were also shared with media houses which rushed to publish them. The 3 documents have been redacted, meaning that the names of the persons purportedly signing those documents were marked out and have not been revealed. There are also other striking anomalies affecting those documents, which collectively undermine their credibility. We know that Dr. Campbell has urged the police to investigate all the circumstances relating to those 3 documents. While DCP Fitzbailey has indicated that investigators are not considering reopening an investigation into the accuser's allegations, the party urges the police to investigate fully the circumstances behind the 3 documents, including the accuser and the St. Andrew Justices of the Peace who purported to witness signatures on the documents but failed to report the matter to the police. I wonder if Dayton Campbell write a press release, seeing that him as the General Secretary. But I'm just saying, then I don't know. It is clear because, and the reason why I said that, the day before this press release was issued, I listened to him being interviewed by Diane Jackson Miller on Beyond the Headline. And these are the same things where him says, I'm just a wonder, you know what I mean? Where's the ask? It is clear that what has emerged in this matter fails to meet any reasonable standard of credibility that would make it right and proper for a General Secretary to step back from his office. It cannot be right that individuals who are avowedly, am I pronounce that right? Self-avowedly pursuing a political agenda can be allowed to achieve their objectives simply by making vile and unsupported accusations against senior office holders. This would be a rogue's charter. The party stands firm in its support for a General Secretary as we await the outcome of the police investigation in relation to the 3 documents. The accuser is also before the party's disciplinary committee to determine whether she must be held accountable for wrongfully bringing the party into disrepute. Let me give you another spin to that something here before I share the next document. Again, as I pointed out on Wednesday, this is not a Jamaica Labour Party political activist accusing Dr. Dayton Campbell. This is a People's National Party political activist accusing the People's National Party General Secretary of these things. See? And it would suggest that attempts at healing the party at its core have been futile. And I am not suggesting that anything ought to be covered up. But I would think that if all was well in the People's National Party, this thing may not be where it is at. So, the People's National Party is still staring down the barrel of a 357 Magnum. You understand? And don't be surprised if the facade that has been presented as unity within the party crumble again before your eyes as it has done in recent times. Whatever Miss Karen Cross's agenda is, I don't know. And what she hopes to achieve from a political standpoint, I can't say. But, and if you listen to Dayton Campbell in that interview that he did, he said that this whole thing started from him receiving a resignation letter that he was instructed to sign and everything will go away. If that is true, then it would suggest that a lot is at stake from a political standpoint. So, the People's National Party, truth be told, is still in shambles. Deep down. And if attempts were made to mend or heal wounds, they have not been very effective. So I could continue. PNP split but Campbell survived. As a matter of fact, I saw Senator Floyd Morrison and Imani Duncan Price and Crystal Tomlinson calling for the resignation of gentleman on screen. Find one new picture there, because we're not short of them, you know. Yeah, so. This one I use. I'm going to use that one there. Yeah, so Dr. Dayton Campbell may have survived as General Secretary amid a developing scandal, but the decision to retain him as People's National Party in this People's National Party senior ranks has sparked a smoldering conflict that could further torch a deeply divided political organization. I don't know, me write the article here, and I did not read the article. What I told you before was just half of my own observation. Somebody that I read the article here for the first time, I just see PNP split, but Campbell survive, and I think it would be interesting to follow up that I'm scripted. I never read it. So what you know? The PNP said in a statement on Thursday that it was standing behind Campbell amid the allegations of sexual misconduct proffered by party activist Karen Cross and two bloggers, which he has vigorously denied. And when we read the party, so the party stand firm and all them something. But, and thing. But all four vice presidents of the party said during the meeting that Campbell should step aside or at least take a leave of absence. All four vice presidents, you know. All four VPs said the GenSec either step aside or take a leave of absence. And at the Gleaner write the article, the Gleaner also understands that PNP chairman Philip Paulwell was among those who did not give Campbell full backing. One senior member of the group who had discussions on his fate on Thursday contends that the party is on the wrong path. We had the meeting, and it was obvious to me that some persons there, I am not going to call any names, were not so much concerned about the image of the party, but rather the image of one individual. And that is not the right position to take, the senior comrade who requested anonymity because of confidentiality agreements told the Gleaner. The individual also rubbished claims that they were advancing a plot to oust Campbell. That is a fallback argument as far as I am concerned, the PNP officer said. I wonder how. Loyalists of recently elected PNP President Mark Golding has been strengthening their armor to fight off a potential challenge in the face of lingering discontent over his leadership style. Yo, Gleaner sources in the PNP said, Gleaner sources where? Oh, don't listen to this here. Teacher need to get a few sources in the PNP, and I told me not do the politician thing. Gleaner sources in the PNP said, before this funny, I don't know why. Gleaner sources in the PNP said Thursday night that close to 300 new groups have been formed in the party since Golding took over leadership. They want to reverse those groups by getting rid of Dayton. They can reverse those groups. The General Secretary cannot be fired so easily. You have to move a motion and give notice. So that is why they are pressuring him to resign, the source said. Why? Golding's backers also strongly believe that as the party is about to enter the process of onboarding members of the National Executive Council, there is a wave of energy being generated to consolidate positions in the powerful body. But as that argument is being circulated widely among those who supported Golding and Campbell in last November's internal polls, PNP Senator Dr. Floyd Morris, who said he backed Campbell, has opposed the party's position. In a leaked voice note, a copy of which the Gleaner has obtained, Morris said Campbell should step aside in the best interest of the party. The best thing we can do at this time is to ask the General Secretary to step aside and go and clear his name. My stance now has nothing to do with wanting to get rid of Dayton. Dayton is somebody that I like, Morris stated in the recording. PNP YO President Crystal Tomlinson distanced herself from the PNP's declaration. My support for the PNP should not be inextricably linked to standing firm in support of the General Secretary, as he seeks to clear his name of these disturbing allegations, Tomlinson said. The party officer corp does not speak for me. I made no declaration on guilt or innocence. I made no declaration on Karen's motives or sincerity. But Karen's character is not sufficient for me to similarly declare, kiss me teeth, not no gosso. The Gleaner understands that Sophia Fraser-Binns, Region 3 chairman, suddenly resigned from her post on Thursday. It was not immediately clear whether that decision was linked to the ongoing saga. As I said, the People's National Party, deep down, is still a place of turmoil. And despite all the issues that we as a nation currently have with the ruling Jamaica Labour Party, I dare say that they will be in power for a long time to come if the People's National Party don't shake up them folly grounds and get rid of some clowns from around town. Don't be having a laugh. But here why it's serious. Because no functioning democracy can survive with a wimpy, puny opposition. So whether the opposition is Labour or the opposition is PNP, it has to be strong, it has to be strident, it has to be united for the benefit of the Jamaican people. And if you believe in your head, so despite all the issues that we have with the Andrew Holness administration, he will lose an election to a People's National Party in this state and stage, think again. It's a simple fact. A united PNP would have difficulties challenging Andrew Holness presently. Despite all the shenanigans and scandals and mismanagement and all of them something there. So how will a divided, disunited, deflated, disorganized political organization represent themselves sufficiently in a general election? You understand? And yes, money may be available, seeing that Mark have money and Bunting have money and them something there. But and the money alone do it, family. Money alone don't do it. And for the betterment of Jamaica, the earlier the People's National Party sort out themselves and done with this infighting and this bickering and this curmudgeonness and all of them something there, it is the better it will be for the democracy that is Jamaica. First thing, about 3 of them in a parliament right now. And then still a fight amongst themselves. I look more than that still. I just exaggerate. But you don't understand what I say. Eh? And for the people who believe that the presidential election within the People's National Party did much to mend broken fences, you couldn't be more wrong. As a matter of fact, I will go as far as to say that the People's National Party is in a worse state now than it was before the elections. Why? Because since the election, you know, man I got bring in who support them and man, the best person for the job, no me get that job there, then sitting there and then sitting there and then sitting there. Plus, then bringing back Bunting and some people never to agree with that and all of them. So, Everton Tomlin say I'm a PNP. And Everton Tomlin, you're a fool. So I am something and you are something. All of us are something. Alright, sir. You see, you can't talk about the political process in Jamaica without being branded as something. Because we still have dumb people like Everton among us. It's a political fool. And I say that with no intentions to apologize. Judge of God. That's a part of it. It's a big part of the problem right there. So we still not get rid of that today. So we are watching and see how that's something unfold. Zane, but it don't look good for the Jamaican democracy. It doesn't look good for the People's National Party presence in Parliament because they are still infighting. Then that don't make no sense. You understand what I'm saying? That makes absolutely no sense. Yeah, man. But I mean, as I said, I'm used to that, you know. You understand? I beat up the PNP, me say me a Labour right. I beat up Labour right, me say me a PNP. You understand? But sometimes you know, I entertain the foolishness because that's a part of the problem. As a teacher, you have to fix some people sometimes. You know, some harsh bits too. You see me? Stupidity. Alright. I could talk about the next little thing now. Empress Jen, big up yourself, you know. Manners and respect. There's a development in relation to the Cockpit country and the Dry Harbour Mountains or the Porto Buena Mountain situation. And we still have some misgivings. You understand? But say, pull back on Cockpit and Bengal mining deals. I just don't trust people. Especially when them people, they are politicians. It's hard to trust them. We don't trust people. Yes, sir. The government has modified, interesting word. The government has modified the special mining lease SML 173. See the back of me bigger than a blue. Yeah? To Noranda Jamaica Bauxite Partners 2 to mine 8,335 hectares of land in the Cockpit country. So, before we even go any further, you know, the government not say no mining not go on in a SML 173, you know. What they have done is to modify the license granted to Noranda to now mine 8,335 hectares of SML 173. Eh? Who not follow what I go on? So you see the misgivings part of the thing, and watch it now. Minister of Transport and Mining Robert Montague announced on Wednesday that the Wellness Administration has acted on the advice and direction of the Commissioner of Mines and has adjusted SML 173. Remember, you know, for the people that may wonder, SML 173 of communities like Stuart Town and Alps and I don't remember the rest of them, but them place there. Zane and ting. See me? Gibraltar from Senton side come over, the whole of them place there. I don't remember all of the place name them now still, because I don't really live down there, but I'm familiar. You understand? Watch that. Montague told Parliament, well, we don't reach us yet. In his contribution to the sectoral debate in Gordon House, Montague said that the change has resulted in approximately 6,000 hectares of land being removed from the original SML 173. You know, follow what I go on? Now, I have been searching. I don't reach us yet either, because I don't want to jump the gun. Watch it. We could go and talk. I say I can't find one next. Put up somewhere and see what I go on. Right? So, boom. So. Alright, so now I see Cockpit country protect my movement bigger again. And see SML 173 there. Basically, them trade out a part there and said a part in a Cockpit country and getting around that. So watch you now. Them I say, so now I see SML 173. So they are saying now they have taken back 6,000 hectares out of this from Noranda. So Noranda now get to mind that. I mean, wow. Thank you so much. Thank you. I don't know if you're a fool. Watch out. Montague said that the change has resulted in approximately 6,000 hectares of land being removed from the original SML. News flash. Nowhere in SML 173 should be mined. Argument done. Big up to the person who just dislike the street. You understand? Me I wonder if you're from Noranda. Watch out. Nowhere in a SML 173. Look where SML 173 there. To the area where them say is the Cockpit country protected area. The area where them and them friend them mark off. People get very touchy when me get to this. I know them have them people are watching that. But watch out. As me I say, you know, there's enough it touch, brother. You understand? That should be a buffer zone in any case. Nowhere around us should mark off on SML, nothing at all. All of this should be in a green as Cockpit country protected area. See? But then just online and mark up your brain. You see me? So them are demarcate and them something there. And now the minister is saying that they have taken back 6,000 hectares from Noranda out of SML 173. Them shouldn't get it from the beginning of time, brother. All they need for do is tell Noranda say them have to go mine somewhere and left SML 1. And in the Cockpit country that the man them there. Tradition, you see that part of the Cockpit country there, as me I tell about the place, them name of the place them, about them part there. Brother, them place there, traditionally, culturally, historically, geologically, biologically, ecologically, hydrologically are Cockpit country. All of them placed there. Alps, Stuart Town. I mean, I remember a place their name though in my head. You understand? You see me? So this nonsense, you know, with all due respect to Mr. Montague, see? I come tell me now, both of them take back, brother. You shouldn't have to take back nothing because they shouldn't have it in the first place. Hombre. You understand what I say? Let me tell you some of my name my place over there them part there. I say I can chop the good old map here. Boom so. Yes. Ulster Spring, Alps, Sawyers. Go to Albert Town out there, so. You all of them place there. See, Gibraltar part that side there, Stuart Town. Zane start from Jackson Town, come right up there, so. You understand? Yeah, man. Up to Wait a Bit and Larry Mears. All of them place there. You know? All of them place in a SML 173. So I could done this now. Montague told his parliamentary colleagues that the 6,000 hectares removed from SML 173 would be replaced with additional lands to Noranda with SML 71. I have been looking on the maps that I have for SML 71 and I can't find it. So if somebody out there have the full map, me they like to know SML 71 there. Cause me I look on the diagram that when me have and me can't find SML 71 nowhere. You understand? So me don't know which part there. Maybe I look for. From me see this me I look for, me can't find it, you know. So me don't know where them put it. So them say them I give them back that 6,000 there out of SML 71. I don't know where SML 71 there. But me I go look for it, me I look for it tomorrow. See it? No, yeah, we are talking about misgivings and go on listen. Cause I say them people, you know. He said that SML 71 is adjacent on the east of where the company is currently mining in SML 165. So if it's on the east, I now see it nowhere. See in pan on the diagram, so to then they over there so then. Over here, sir. But I don't see it pan no map. So now tell me about something I can't see pan no map, brother. Me go want to see it. You understand? So yes, we have the SML 165, you know. Right? Yes, sir. And it's say to the east. So then the out, yes, sir. But I don't see it on the map. I don't know which place them in that. So them place that we go prepare themselves. By replacing what was removed, we have satisfied not only the provisions of the law, but the establishment, agreement, and the conditions of the license. He added. There has been ongoing debate on the defined boundaries of the Cockpit country, with environmentalists and lobbyists contending that SML 173 and other sections of West Central Jamaica should be declared off limits to bauxite mining, to bauxite. Like, what's on that, brother? SML 173 if in a full green. SML 173, 172, and 176 in a green, brother. Argument done. Geologically, biologically, ecologically, all of the logic them technically are the same characteristics of the land, the limestone within that green area there. So how it different? And it shares the same limestone karst, it shares the same topography, it shares the same geology, it shares the same ecology, it shares the same hydrology of that area there. So how come it different from that area there? And that is what I have been asking from the get-go. When you are come tell me that it's different, and you know and I know that SML 173 share the same exact characteristics of the topography in that green area. So how is it different? And how are you going to mine that without disturbing the ecology and geology and hydrology and history of the area? That don't make no sense, brother. So them smoke screen thing and bro can only work for some man where see clear. No mining enough you go on in a SML 173, none at all. It's like you build a house and you dig out the roadside down a bottom down there. So you build the house up here so, but down there so where the wall they are dig out down there. What happened to the house? It was all collapse. Because I ride on the doorstep of your house I dig down, brother. So when you dig down SML 173 years now, then what happen? Yeah, tell me say underground water sources will not become contaminated or polluted. Nonsense. Zine? Simply because limestone rocks are permeable rocks. All limestone rocks are permeable. Permeability means that it allows water to enter and pass through. And if the geology of the rock dictates that it is permeable, there is nothing on the face of the earth that can stop water from going there. So all you mean say it not go affect it. And when rain go fall, you go have runoff from the mining pits them, I go down at them place there, bro. That's a common sense. You don't need to go to school to figure that out, you know. You don't need to do no degree in environmental studies or environmental science or geography if you know. That's a common sense something, family. Most of central and western Jamaica, the water that they use is supplied by the Cockpit country. And brother, you got to disturb that for what? For short-term gains? Want to the long-term sustenance and sustainability of the environment. That is what I can understand from the get-go. And then I understand that mining is a part of our existence. But brother, some areas they just don't trouble family. Zine, because many people think that I am totally against mining. Not necessarily. I am against mining in the Cockpit country. And why I'm so against it is because I am of the view that the people surrounding this Cockpit country thing has been very disingenuous. And they have been bending the truth to suit their agenda. And they have not been forthright, and honest with the people them. Those have been my biggest gripes. So that's something here. And when some man come say some things, because some man tell them, brother, and everything people tell you to repeat neither, because and everybody I tell you things makes sense. And people are tell you things because you pay them to tell you things. SML 173, you can't touch it, brother. You know if it's trouble. And them have this crap, but them only want to mine out 15% of SML 173. And they have been going at lengths to make people understand. Do not be tricked when these people speak. When they say 15% of SML 173, that 15% of SML 173 that them are talking about is 100% of what they want. Let me repeat. Because some people don't get that, you know. Them said them want 15% of SML 173. 15%. See? Where your camera there? 15%. The light a white out my hand. However, that 15% that what them want If they mind the 15% of it, it is actually 100% of what them actually want. So when they mind that 15% what them are tell you about is exactly that them go for, that them want. So they are just making it sound like, oh, 15%. I mean, it's not. Look here, don't make the people them trick when them say. Because of how we are listen to political ears and we are look through political glasses, brother. We now look on the thing for what it is. 15% what them want is 100% of what them want. So them want the 15% out a year, so it is actually the 100% of what them want. That is what them interested in. So they make them tell about no 15%, brother. Because the truth is them can't mind the entire SML 173. Because remember, you know, that the cockpit country and that part is made up of some conical karst, and then these conical shaped hills, they open out and you have that flat area between them. We call it again the bedland. Zane, I think so. Don't quote me on that. That is the area they want. So they don't want the hillocks and the conical shaped hills. They don't mind that. So they can't mind 100% right. So when they can tell about 15%, that look here, them only make it sound small. 15%. Oh, no, can't go on with that, man. That I go left 85. No. The 15% that they speak about is 100% of what they have in mind. You know, if you start making people chick with it. You understand? And because when we do these videos, them videos are not sensational and them not talk about nobody and murder nobody. We're not paying attention to them. There is a whole playlist on the channel about the cockpit country from my perspective and background as a geography teacher who is trained in geography and environmental studies, and also other experts who are treating with the cockpit country. One whole playlist. But I don't watch them the video there. But if I do a video say, yo, 2 man kill 2 man round there, so the video go viral and trend. But the things that actually affect us are affecting us in the long run. We're not interested in them so there. Like, me know one, you know, me study one, you know. You understand? And yes, some people watch the videos them. But the truth is that many of us are not. That is why the government can also do certain things. Because what? Some people are really interested in them something. Some people more interested in Amari and Gully Bop and Spice them and them people there. You understand what I say? And some people, I not even know them, because mackerel or sardine or roach are them people there. You understand? I don't even know all of them. See me? But the things that we shouldn't really draw our attention, we're not paying attention to them there. Because we are give credence to foolishness around here, so brother. Look here. So that is why the man them can't do anything, you know, because them know so the people them were really and truly going to stand up and fight. Not interested. Them more interested in some local sus and some gossip. And who there with who. You understand? And who left who. And who cheat upon who. Them they say, no, we interested in about it, you know. We have been, look, as I said, there is a full body of work about it. As a matter of fact, I have gone so deep in this cockpit country thing that people involved have had their lawyers write to me and leave it there, so. So when we are taught these things, we don't just get up and taught these things. We taught these things because, one, based on my background of specialization being in geography and environmental studies, that's how we meet and drink there. That's how we bread and butter there. We not guess about that. We know that inside out. So when we talk about the cockpit country, and you hear them come talk on TV and try to tell us, yo, some people you talk about it, no know nothing. But no go, man. That's what, because them know say, no gullible, brother. You see me? So, hear me say, man, on take some responsibility for your country, for me now. And stop make some man feel like, say, yo, tuna distracted with folly, then can't do anything. They felt so concerned about some of the things that I was saying. They felt the need to have their legal representative write to me. But true, them learn early from say, the one I know when I regular one them, you know. The one are different. You understand? This is one I know when I run out the mill one them where you can frighten her with the big words or some law firm name frighten them. No. So then get that very early and realize that this is not one of them ones. You understand? And that is why I always tell you, I try as best as possible to be accurate. So when I put something there, I can stand and defend it. You understand? We're not afraid, man. We're not frightened, man. We're not liars, not frightened, we brother. Them know still. Them know. What does I say? You understand? The cockpit country thing here. So that local concession where they make now, if they say, oh, yeah, man, then give we back some height. Then give we back some height, man. Then I give you back nothing, brother. You understand what I say? So Alps and Ulster Spring and Sawyers and them places are go safe. Then I give you nothing. That is why when they say them have certain forum, I say them bring some people and know nothing. Some man we are going to ask them a question, them they not invite them there. So when them have them cockpit country thing, I say them are engage influencers and them people. Who you say them care? Respect to Killer and Africa and them people. But truth be told, how much Killer and Africa know about cockpit country and limestone landscape? You understand? But they're not fool, you know. Them know exactly what them do. You understand what I mean? When certain things come up, the people that when them know they got press them not engage them people there. When them have them social media campaign, them not look on people like we. Them a get some people who are curry favor up to them, brother. You understand? And now deal with some real issues about here. So them good with them, the people there. We see them, you know, and we watch them, you know, and we laugh, you know, and we have to watch, you know. But then they even know so we appreciate them like that. But we see them and we know how they operate. When certain things are going on, man, you know, so they not go for people who know the thing. Then go for some people who, yes, some people watch them, but them people not take them serious, man. I see them, man. Regular me draw them up, you know. Regular me draw them up, I just laugh after them. So watch it, I could done this and I go grab a bed here, sir. The mining minister, alright, I could finish this. So there has been an ongoing debate on the defined boundaries of the cockpit country with environmentalists and lobbyists contending that SML 173 and other sections of West Central Jamaica should be declared off limits to bauxite mining. Both environmentalists and farmers had expressed concern over the potential damage that bauxite mining could have on the ecologically sensitive area. The mining minister acknowledged that residents in Trelawney had raised concerns about the boundaries of the cockpit country. Montague said he held talks with residents as well as experts in geology, mining and development. Meanwhile, the mining minister reported that the government has begun talks with the owners of the Bengal 910 development to identify suitable lands with the same or better quality limestone. We have begun preliminary talks with them. No decision or agreement has been reached, but we have indicated to them our intentions, said Montague, because remember, say, some people don't have discovery be a carry them go to court, so they might take with themselves and they say want to look like. Then we have begun preliminary talks with them. As I said, our Prime Minister believes in and is a champion for the environment and will continue to balance lives and livelihoods. Residents have sought to block mining in the ecologically sensitive Portabuena Mountains and Jamaica's northern coast by suing the government and mining company for alleged breaches of constitutional rights. 8 persons filed their claim in the Supreme Court last year against the Attorney General, the Natural Resources and the Conservation Authority, and Bengal Development Limited, the owners of the 569-acre property in St. Ann. So, Discovery Bay people them sue them, the people them in the cockpit country need to do the same thing. And they have asked on a number of occasions, why is it that you guys don't take this along the legal route? And I have never been given an answer, even from my very good friend, Mr. Hugh Dixon, who is the face of the fight in the cockpit country. I don't know what the situation is. See, them are people that carry them go to court and them are telling people them to go look land somewhere else, I know. and the hearing not even started. You see me I say? Look here, man. Look here. Certain things we have to stand up for. And the bag of talking, say, yo, we're going to do this and do that, don't really help. You understand? As a matter of fact, about a month or so ago, I was talking to the new chief down by a compound, and he said he was going down to Trelawney the day after because he heard that tractors were advancing and all of them something there, and it might have still not resolved yet. I was sent pictures and video clips from areas on the border of Senton and Trelawney, which would suggest that machinery is being moved and positioned to areas where mining is expected to start taking place in SML 173. May I have them? And again, I am not averse to mining. I understand the economic benefits, but I also understand the environmental aspect of it. However, there are some places that are just too sensitive and are too important for the overall biodiversity of the nation for it to be touched, altered, or modified on a large scale. Argument done. Zane? Look where SML 173, then you use for your own eyes and look upon it. See where them says the protected area, the cockpit country there. See there? That little piece of them cut out say I hit that. And them still a dig out piece of SML 173, brother. Look where they and look where the protected area. Where's the buffer zone between SML 173 and the area where them say protected? And this is the last thing I'll leave with you guys. They keep on saying Noranda Bauxite Mining Partners too. And I'll point out to you again that Noranda is the government and the government is Noranda. The government of Jamaica has 51% stake in Noranda. The government of Jamaica has 51% stake in Noranda. So that simply means that the largest shareholders in Noranda Bauxite Mining Partner 2 is the government of Jamaica. So it's actually the government of Jamaica that is seeking to mine out SML 173 under the guise of Noranda. Again, the government of Jamaica is 51% shareholders in Noranda Bauxite Partners 2. Peeps, good night. Big up on yourself. Me do all of them videos already and I give you all of the information, you know, you just not digest it, you know. It is there. Everything what me tell you since night and loads more is there. There's one whole playlist on the channel about the cockpit country. It is there. So it's not like Noranda is an independent company from somewhere. The government of Jamaica is the primary shareholders, the largest shareholders in Noranda. Empress Christine, there's a link posted at the top of the chat bar. Just click on it, man, and it should take you to one place where them tell you if you give me some of your money, like. I'm going to try to post it again so you can get it. So that's where I'll leave it tonight, guys. So there are certain topics that I try to be a little bit void of emotions when I deal with certain things. But the cockpit country thing rubbed me the wrong way for so many different reasons, man. You understand? So I might get a little bit emotional on the one day. it rubbed me the wrong way. One, as a Jamaican, and two, as somebody whose background is in geography and environmental studies. It rubs me the wrong way. So Empress Christine, I just posted the link again in the comment section there. So click on it and see if it works for you now, please. So I kind of get a little bit. People left me yard, drive got Chilani more than once. Just for sit down and reason with Sir Dix about or something, you know. I left work and go Hero Circle and walk in a sun from Hero Circle got Parliament, you know, in a demonstration, you know. So I just thought this and I believe in this. You understand? And when they come on, especially the Prime Minister, when he come and make some statements like people is a witch hunt against him and the government, no. You are being very disingenuous many times you talk, Mr. Prime Minister. And people out here who understand and know how the thing go. And still I try to take people for fool, man. Them things that hurt my family. So me not leg off of this. Me not leg off of that one here. You understand? Then it's like me don't waste my time when I'm there at college. And all what I've been trying to instill in my students about protecting the environment down the years, brother. Plus my personal beliefs against how politicians operate. I want to do better, man. And 9. And then because when I talk, people listen to tell people all man are crap. And I sit down and I listen to man them and I listen to them. I listen to the man them and I say, yo, like, the man them have everybody as fool. Everybody no fool about them, man. See, and I don't profess to know everything, you know. But when it come on to things like that, this is what I went to school for. This is what I have been making a living from for years. So we don't guess and spell it. You understand what I say? When you say Geo, I'm ready. You see me? So when you go in a my world, nobody come go on like say you want to take with a fool about it. You understand? But as me I say, them know exactly what them do, you know. When them have them meetings with people who them think can, you know, be the midpoint between them and the public. Some people don't know the thing, the theory of the thing. Some people will just, you know what I mean, it's just them a stand up for their country, but them don't know the thing. Peeps, good night, big up on yourself. Soon on Sunday evening. But me I keep an eye upon them still. You see me? Me I keep an eye upon them. Because we see the public defender, you know, the public defender had joined in with the Bengal situation and the Andre and helped to provide resources for the legal challenge. So I don't know if anybody had reached out to the public defender from the Cockpit country stakeholder groups. I don't know, or if the public defender had reached out, so I can't speak to that part. What I have asked is if resources are there for a legal fight, and I was told yes on a number of occasions. So I don't know. I don't know why they have decided to not. I haven't spoken to Sir Dixon about this latest development. I think I'll need to do that. What I say, I need for call. I'm writing on them things before we get there. So call Sir Dixon. Link a few soldiers. I don't know why I laugh, but I said that, you know. I think about that vaccine something, eh? I'm saying I can go to some update Sunday night. You understand? Alright, peeps, big up on yourself. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'll see you on Sunday, God's willing. And we appreciate the continued support. You understand what I say? Just know, say, we have to just continue the fight. You understand? The people have the power calligraphy. So remember that. That has never changed. The people, the power rests with the people. And no matter how powerful an administration is, if the people them decide to unite and stand up, any cause can be achieved. Peeps, walk good. Step with ya. Oh, before we reach us, I forgot, so I have to big up my brother Zane. DS Electronics Unlimited, anything what broke down in your house except a relationship, them man they can fix it. So I don't know if I fix relationship yet, but any appliance, I don't say any appliance, like I lie me and tell upon him. Especially flat screen TVs and Android TV boxes and things like those. He specializes, his company, DS Electronics Unlimited. They have a location in Maypen, and they are working on a second location in Kingston. That one is not totally ready, but if you have an Android box to purchase them, to program them, to maintain them, your flat screen TVs, DS, what else you fix? You understand? You can reach him at 876-841-4968 or 448-3228, or you can visit the website at www.dselectja.com. And these things, you can also find him on Instagram. Find him on Instagram at DS Electronics Limited. And these things, what else for ask? Yes, he also has a YouTube channel where he like show you how to set up your Android box and how to program these things and to get some of them players for Cody and them something where you can watch cable without having cable and them something. So you can check out the channel as well, DS Electronics Unlimited. And you same name where you see him having here, so DS Electronics Unlimited. Same thing over on Instagram, 35 Warp Road, Kingston 10, shop number 3. So that is the second location. And where's the Maypen location? Which part of Maypen? Mr. Jerry, thank you so much for your contribution. I am most appreciative. Which part the Maypen location there again? I don't remember the exact location in my head, bro, even though I'm forward there. Is it me? So I'm soon tell you that. And thing. And then when you come highly skilled, then when you fix everything around and sing and quotes and them places for years. You understand? But this is his personal business. So you know what I think. We support each other. So for all of the family members them, 20 Stark Street, Maypen, shop number 5. So that is the Maypen location. And the new location, it opened yet, DS 35 Warp Road, Kingston 10, shop number 3. Website, www.dselectja.com. Zane and thing. Go Zuma, where you do with the youth? All is well? And thing. Okay, so the Warp Road location will be open soon. So if your TV, DS, tell me things in brother. TV, Android box, them something, your Fire Stick them and your regular Android TV box them and them something there. What else you fix, brother? Then my youth, you're there and you leave and tell the people them what you fix. As I said, the only thing in your house where them man they don't fix, we broke down a relationship. Anything else him have it lock. You understand? These are type slow. Look like your phone want to fix. And computer. But yeah, peeps, and you can always link me for the information. I link him up on Instagram, DS Electronics Unlimited. He have a YouTube channel. So check out the website, dselectja.com. You understand? And think everything up on the website. So what I'm doing with DS now is what I did for Rosie luxury air business. I don't even remember what I did. So these are members of the family who have businesses, and I am, very happy to let the viewers know. You understand? So consider it free advertisement. That is what it is. So if you are a family member and a member of the Teach Them family and you have a business that you want people to know about, legal business, we sell sensible things, then I am willing to let the people know at no cost to you. That is just from me to you. And I am prepared to do that every time I stream. So big up on yourself. You understand? So this, Rose, what's your place name again? Rosie luxury ear, Rosie ear luxury, or some luxury ear things, business, wanna support Rosie. A lot of the people them want them Brazilian and them things on the link up. You understand? Everything there on the website. Okay, rosieluxuryear.com. See the same thing, they don't know, man. Wanna support the people them. Rosie ship within Canada and the United States. You understand? Yes, local for now, but them man they could have soon come a foreign come fix things too. They could have soon for a New York store, Manhattan. I don't even know. You understand? Peeps, big up on yourself, you know. Me soon up Sunday, 8 o'clock or 8:30. One of them time, we see you, but I saw me around 8. Love for them. Heart of love. Big up to the ones there. DS Electronics, check it out. You understand? Yeah, man. Canada and US and there something. You see it? Peeps. Nice business, Rose. Trending. Alright, my God, I'm gonna big up on yourself. I'm gonna go buy some things over Rosie and support DS Electronics. Link me up with the business them and push them phone, you know. Heart of love. I'm out.
Thank you for tuning in. Like the stream before you go. Subscribe if you haven't done so. Remember to share the stream with your family and friends and browse the channel for more amazing content. Until next time, walk good, my friends.
Teach them! Hey, yo, hello! Send the message and make it reach them. It's Teach Them, right here. Warlord representing.